started, so we're going to pick it up where we left off last session. And going to be live streaming. That is starting now. Okay. So, recap of last session. You guys found yourselves in this desert region known as the Doldrums, surrounded by another area named the Sanguine Badlands. A deserty area that's underneath the oppressive city above. You're in a little area known as Dry Town, and it's basically just a shanty town and a ghost town at the same time. In fact, you've only seen 2 residents there, home to a couple of Githzerai. You guys met Maester Yin, and he seemed to have some sort of trial for you all, a test, and he also told you that he'd invoked Zerf law, so for a time you're going to be immune to any sort of search from the Githyanki, because you guys did escape from the Will of Gith prison. You do think that you're probably going to get possibly hunted at some stage, but you don't have to worry about that for now, because Zerf law makes you immune to that. Not only that, you also managed to get all the magic items that you'd taken from the treasury at Castle Susurrus. And you fought Maester Yin in combat, and he seemed to think you were ready for the next cloister that he was going to give you. Seems to be putting you through some sort of trial, and he asked you guys to decide. You had to choose between the Githyanki, the Githzerai, or the Mind Flayers. Who would you side with? Without any bias, of course. And you guys decided to side with the Githzerai. So, Maester Yin has asked you to travel into the Sanguine Badlands and find a nomad that lives out in the desert named Mad Trax. And you've also been given a vehicle to try and make that journey a little bit easier. The Desert Crawler. It seems to be made from metal and leather. Got a heap of spikes that are made from bone jutting out of it. It's got a ballista mounted on the back. It's got a like a battering ram with spikes on the front. And you're not sure how the vehicle's powered. It looks like Olican is here. Indeed it does. Alright, let's just add him. How you doing, Nag? Are you there?
He's somewhere.
Nag, can you hear us? Or maybe he's not quite ready to join yet. So, you guys have jumped in this desert crawler, and have you decided who's going to steer it?
I believe we decided on Tyler.
Yeah.
Rin will be the driver.
All right. So you'll control the desert crawler, and in combat you'll be required to use your action to steer the desert crawler, and with what you control is where the desert crawler will go. You if anyone wants to get out of the vehicle, you can do so using half your movement speed, the same as like if you were getting like off a mount. Half your movement speed to get off, half your movement speed to get on. And don't know if Olican's quite here yet, so.
Yep.
Oh, you're here?
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
All right. Do you want to fill up your hit points? Did you hear the recap by any chance?
No.
All right. Well, just go with the flow.
Did we have a long rest then?
Yes, you should be long rested.
Yeah.
We long rest after before this.
Yes, you guys rested for about 3 days. Oh,
and
you
you have a ring of spell turning now. All
you're
can.
waiting.
Yes. That's awesome.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, before we set off on this arduous journey, I would like to check the air pressure in the tires.
The tires,
My father always told me to.
they don't seem to actually have air in them. They feel very hard.
Nitrogen!
Probably
What is
solid
the fuel efficiency of this vehicle?
You're not sure how it's powered. ECN doesn't explain that. He doesn't say explain much about it at all. He just tells you to there's just like some pedals and a wheel, and it's as simple as stop and go and turn. There's no gears or anything like that.
Okay.
So Maester Yin, he sees you off. As you look out, you see a vast desert expanse ahead of you all, and tells you one more time, this will be the next stage of your test. You'll need to go out into the desert and look for a man named Madtrax. He's a nomad, lives on his own in the endless mirage of the Sanguine Badlands. He has what you want. It is sealed in your fate. Do whatever he asks of you. Good luck. I will await your return for your final step of your test.
Oof.
And you guys head out. Make me
See you,
a
old man. And I peel out
Now,
into the dunes.
make me a dexterity check, Britain.
Just straight dexterity.
Yep.
Okay.
Gas.
All right, you maneuver the vehicle very well. You don't like crash into a wall or anything as you take out into this endless dune. So as you roll out, you find the wheels work very good on the sand. There is just rolling sand dunes as far as you can see to the north and to the west. Hills over hills of this golden sand, and it's very windy. And as you're moving, this hot sand is sort of whipping your flesh, and you need to practically yell to one another just to hear each other. And you don't know how it's so hot, but it is unbelievably hot. And you just keep rolling through the dunes, and it's a pretty desolate place. You don't see any signs of life. And you roll along the dunes for an hour. It's just the same repeating pattern of golden sand dunes and mounds. And then it starts to get very windy, and there's a lot of sand and dust in the air. It obscures your vision by up to maximum of 90 feet. Very hard to see. And you just keep on rolling through these dunes. Now you guys are starting to feel very hot in the desert crawler, and the oppressive heat that seems to be like you're in any desert you'd find on the material plane is it's causing you to get a bit thirsty. And does anyone have any water skin?
Nope.
I mean, I have a water skin. I don't know if it have water in it.
Does a Dungeoneer's pack have a water skin in it? Sure.
Yeah, you have a water skin, but same
And
question.
but we haven't had to eat and drink since we've been here. So
Mhm.
Alright, if you guys have a water skin, you start to get quite thirsty, and you want to drink some of it. So if you don't have a water skin, You're gonna need to make a Constitution save.
Do we spend the entire water skin when we drink, or do we still have water?
It's up to you how much you want to drink.
I want to keep water. What's the supply? Like, how many days of supplies is a water skin?
It's just a small bottle with like it's not gonna last you like more than a day, but you could ration it out. Let me see exactly how much it has in it. It has 4 pints. So 4 pints. So you could drink a pint. Pint is a fair bit. And that will definitely quench your thirst for now and keep you hydrated.
All right, I'll drink one. I'll drink that one.
Yeah, same for Tarkan. Tarkan has a water skin.
All right.
Well,
We're going to keep track of everyone's
if anyone needs
hydration.
If anyone
Okay.
needs, I can share mine.
All right. So, Jin, you don't have one. And Rin, you drink a pint from yours.
Yep.
And Olakan, you drink a pint from yours.
Yes.
Looks like everyone except from Rin drinks a pint.
What?
Yeah.
Does Rin want some water?
I mean Jin, not Rin. One of the inns.
Does Jin want some water?
No, I'm not even supposed to be hungry or thirsty. I don't know what's going on here.
All right. Well, if it comes to it, I have 3 left. So.
We should conserve.
Okay.
All right, Jin, you're doing okay for now, but you're starting to feel a little bit like sick from dehydration, and you're going to probably need some water very soon. But all right, you guys can just move on the desert crawler, and you're just rolling through the sands, and Rin, you just see like cactuses and tumbleweeds, bits of broken wood, and other desert denizens, including small scorpions and snakes, crawling
I
along the
believe
dunes.
that would be cacti.
Cactoids. And all right, Rin, make me a survival check.
Oh, if he needs water, I can give him a little bit of mine too.
You don't need any more water at the moment. You guys
Save
have
some
already
for the
drunk.
radiator.
All right, you're navigating around the desert, and you think you can remember the way to get back to the doldrums at the moment. You've got a good sense of your navigation, but still, you can't see more than barely 100 feet in any direction as the sand and wind picks up. And suddenly, something just bursts out of the sand as you're rolling along. It almost as if it was waiting in ambush, bursts out of the sand and attempts to tip the desert crawler up. It's a massive scorpion. And there is another one as well. 2 gigantic scorpions burst up from the sand. They are huge. They're the size of a horse, each one, with massive claws. They attempt to like grapple the side of the desert crawler, tip it out, and then eat the sweet innards inside the desert crawler.
I'm not sweet at all. Tarkan is very, very bitter.
All right, you're gonna roll initiative.
It definitely wants to eat me.
I think there is a glitch with the token layers at the moment, so I can't put the desert crawler token behind your tokens.
Just delete your token and put it back on the map, and then I'll put it on top.
I'll try that. Definitely a glitch that needs to be fixed. I might make a bug report. Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
No.
It's a glitch.
What is the 3 that we have in the character sheet?
That's your water.
How much
Oh,
water we have left?
Yeah, we got three pints each. All right. Well, maybe the API will push your tokens to the front. I don't think they will, but you guys
I
can
mean,
get
mine's
it.
on mine's over the top of the.
I see mine over the top as well.
Do you? That's
Oh,
weird.
yeah, I see
I
mine
only,
on the top.
yeah,
All
I only
right.
see mine
That
over
just.
the top.
All right. That's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna
That's
put a
weird. I
bug.
see mine over the top, but everyone is behind. Everyone else is behind it.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
that's all right. Then at least you know where you are on the map. I'll send in a bug report for that. I'm sure someone else has already reported it. All right, 2 giant scorpions. So, Bryn, you're up. So you take control of the desert crawler. You can grab its character sheet up. It can take 2 actions. And oh wait, sorry. It has its own initiative, so it'll go on its turn. So you just take your turn like normal. If you don't use your action to move the vehicle, then you just do whatever you want to do. You don't have to move.
Okay, but the desert crawler, I can move the desert crawler, but it also has its own initiative. How's that?
You can use your action to do one of the desert crawler's actions.
Okay.
Sorry, just its movement on your turn because you're driving.
Okay.
Or just take your turn as normal.
I think I would. Let's try to ram something. Then I mean, would I have to? How much? Would I have to like go at speed to do that, or?
Yeah, you're presumed to already be moving. You don't need to like get a run up or anything for that. You just move
Okay.
into the creature's space.
All right. I'll attempt to ram this one then.
Okay.
So I'll just move into its base.
All right. So, a bit hard for me to move everyone's tokens. You guys will have to move up as the desert crawler moves. And
Don't leave me behind.
it'll just be 1 square up there. And all right, the desert crawler needs to make a Constitution save from the impact of the scorpion, and the scorpion will make a Dexterity save. All right, the desert crawler handles the impact well, and the scorpion also does. And you get stopped where you are, and roll damage for the ram. All right, the spikes break into the scorpion's kite and stabbing into its soft flesh. It makes a saving throw, and it takes 21 points of piercing damage.
That was a hell of a roll.
And the saving throw is just dependent on this the vehicle's size and the creature's size, what the DC is. All right, you use your action to ram into the desert crawler, and that would be your turn.
Oh, yep. Yeah, let me hit that EOT.
Vehicle stop there. All right, the giant scorpion tries to flip the vehicle. It tries to grab onto the chassis with its claws and tip it up. The desert crawler has to make an athletics check. All right, it flips the desert crawler right over, and you guys are all land prone unless you use your reaction to jump out.
I'll use my reaction to jump out.
All right, if you jump out, then you'll need to move within 5 feet of the vehicle. If not, you'll just fall prone, and desert crawler is also prone.
Yeah, I'll use my reaction.
All right, you guys all jump out of the vehicle, and that's the scorpion's turn. It doesn't have the vehicle grappled. Everyone's reactions gets used as you all jump out. That's the scorpion's turn.
Okay.
Alright.
Is the crawler is right there next to them, correct?
Yep, it's
Did it
all
did
this,
it move away from them when it got flipped?
it's in the same square it is. All the squares are accurate where everyone's positioned.
Okay. Huh. Let's see. I will target this one here. And I'm going to quicken a Gene Ray. Not sure that's going to work.
The first beam hits for 10 points of fire damage. The second one hits the scorpion for another 7. Your third scorching ray, however, shoots past the scorpion, dissolves into the desert sand. And
Crap.
It's 3 beams. Oh no, sorry, firebolt. Alright.
Yeah.
Just if you're gonna just use your action for something as well, just let me know too.
Okay.
At 10 misses. Just yeah, so I know what you're doing.
Okay. And that's gonna do it.
Alright, the desert crawler is not able to flip itself up from prone. So it can take 2 actions. It can fire the ballista still. It would be a disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
yeah,
sorry, wait. It's not manned at the moment. So yeah,
Oh, we have to be in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it actually at the moment it can't do anything. It has to have its crew, its passengers. Yeah, if it has fewer than 1 passengers, it can't take these actions. So it just is tipped over at the moment. All it can.
Hi.
You're up.
Yep. So, the desert crawler counts as an ally?
No, it's not a creature. It's not considered a creature. It's an object.
Mhm. I will. Go there. Is this all difficult terrain or not?
No.
Hard desert. And I will smack him, I guess. Hold on. Actually, I'll just take my. Yeah, no.
That hits. You stab into the side of the scorpion, breaking in between its shell for 4 piercing damage.
I will take a bonus to give advantage on that same.
Alrighty. Distract the scorpion with the help action.
I'm just gonna smile at him because he's looking for something sweet. So it's clearly me.
Hopefully,
not-
scorpions are not very smart. So I'm going to cast Bane on both of them.
Okay.
Good idea.
What's your DC?
16.
Alright, both scorpions fail and they become baned.
They're definitely not very smart. -4.
Or charismatic, yeah.
Probably even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Jin.
I am going to walk up to this one and stab it with the Dragon Slayer sword. At least try to.
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stabby.
That hits.
Oh, with the booming blade, of course.
Okay. Alright, you stab into the scorpion for 7 piercing damage. There's another 7 thunder damage. Bits of its chitin is cracked. And it's sheathed in thunderous energy. With the moving damage, you shouldn't roll that yet. You should have a separate macro for it.
Okay.
It doesn't, it doesn't take the damage until it moves. If it moves. Tarkin.
All All right. So can he move to here, or is the thing in the way?
Yeah, you can move in the space of the desert crawler. It's difficult terrain.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an object, so you can like share space with it.
Okay. And then as a question, can I have 2 attacks, right? Can I use one of those to try to, I guess it's a shove, but make it prone, and then still have a second attack, or do I need to take 2
Yeah,
attacks?
you can do a shove. It replaces one of your attacks. It's an athletics check.
Okay, so I'm actually not going to do that in this case because I'm hopeful it will be able to take it out. All right, so I'm going to do first regular attack.
Alright, you whack it with the warhammer, and 18 hits. You hear a loud crunch. 10 bludgeoning damage as you smack the scorpion.
And then I'll do the. So this is still my first action.
Alright, you slash, and 22 hits.
Not great.
You drive the longsword into the side of the scorpion, and the scorpion's very badly injured. Yellowish blood is pissing out of its side.
All right, and then I'll attack. So that was my first attack. So do I only get one more attack now, right? Like,
Yeah, if you
one
use your
more
bonus action, you can do 2-weapon fighting.
All right. So I'll attack again with the warhammer.
Alright, you come with the warhammer, 17 hits, and you crunch it, crush it, hit it right in the head, and the scorpion just stops moving on the ground, broken apart.
All right.
Good one.
It's my turn.
Killed him right before he got a turn.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah.
Good.
I'm not excited to see what these things do.
And then this thunderous energy is released 2 seconds later, and you just hear a explosion as bits of scorpion just go flying everywhere.
Ooh, disgusting.
Any movement, Tarkin? Any more movement? Alrighty. Ren.
I'm gonna wipe the pieces of scorpion off my face, and then run over here.
Go get that triple
And,
advantage.
And then I will go for this one with the Mace of Disruption.
13 misses, it actually. Oh, sorry, 26. You've got advantage. So, yeah, 26 hits. Alright, you hit it for 9 points of bludgeoning damage and sort of crack its shell like an eggshell.
Then I will. I'll just kick it. Oh man, I should have done that one first.
There's a miss. Your heel slips on some of the sand.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I can do at the moment. Please don't kill me.
Alright, the scorpion is already opened up the desert crawler, and now it just needs those sweet, sweet innards. And it's going to try and get him. It's going to use one of its claws on Rin.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
That sounds about right.
It grabs you with the claw, Rin, and lifts you up. And as it does so, it crushes you. 7 bludgeoning damage.
That's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Rin's used those Githyanki crits for like 30 points of damage. Alright, the other claw will go for Olacan and gets 2 for the price of 1. Let's have a look. 11 misses. And then it's going to try and incapacitate you, Rin. Its stinging tail comes up, and as it holds you up in the air, it tries to inject you with poison. Miss. An 8. You dodge out of the way.
Glad I'm
Wow,
not
that's a lot of
restrained.
poison damage.
Auric.
Okay, firebolt.
That hits for 12 fire damage.
Nice.
And Scorpion is getting roasted. Alright, the Desert Crawler is still just flipped over. Olacan.
Now I get my sneak attack.
Yep.
Oh, I'll use.
Oh,
It sort of skitters off to the side and knocks your rapier away and misses.
Get a bonus on it.
Okay. Use a help action. Math fan.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Toll the Death, the scorpion, and he has Bane.
Alright, suddenly all of the skeleton's shell starts to become very brittle, and then this black ooze comes out of the seams of the skeleton as you liquefy its innards, and you're just left with this broken husk of a scorpion sitting there.
Nice. Awesome.
thank you, Mathan.
Sweet.
Now,
Let's flip
Tarkin,
this dude back over.
just pick up the desert crawler and flip it back right side up. We'll be on our way.
Doesn't take any ability check outside of combat to try and get the desert crawler up. Usually you think it would, it's surprisingly light, and it would only take maybe 2 or 3 of you guys to flip it upright. It's like a dune buggy, basically.
You
So
notice that Mad Bang is pretending to help lift the vehicle, but I'm just like casting guidance on the strongest person, not actually doing any hard work myself.
I'm helping with 10 pounds.
Alright, you guys struggle until Jin's mage hand comes over, and then it just flips. Okay.
Well,
Crawl back in.
I'll go in the middle this time, guys.
I'm on the bottom now. What happened?
Just put your configuration in those 6 squares. I can't see your tokens, so
I'll go in the middle.
You guys are all hugging.
but don't go on the desert crawler, just where you guys were, like in these 6 squares or something like that. Because I can't put the token behind you guys, I can't see what's going on. Alright, so before any movement, you guys are starting to get thirsty again. And are you going to drink from anyone's water skin, Jin?
Can I borrow somebody's water? I'm thirsty.
How what's the time right now? How far away is the how long do we have to wait until it's nighttime?
There's no nighttime. You're still in the astral plane, so it's just it's always light. There's always light out.
I mean,
so take some of my water for now, and then next time around you can take from someone else.
I'll just every other time I'll just take damage.
You've been out in the desert for about 3 hours.
Okay, and we left early after waking up. Basically, I'm trying to see like.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you guys got
length.
up like when you guys woke up on that 3rd day. You went to see Maester Yin and then left like immediately. All right. So whose water skin are you drinking from, Jin?
I offered mine.
All right. You've only got 1 pint left, Tarkin.
Yep. I've been tracking. I don't know if you're tracking it separately, but I added a resource for it.
Sure. These little blue markers on your tokens represent.
Oh, okay.
At this point, I'm trying to figure out what's going on to us. If we are in the astral plane, we shouldn't need any drink, any water or food. So why is this happening to us? Is there any way that I can?
You can make an Arcana check.
Awesome. I'm gonna give myself guidance because I was premeditating. 2 and. Here we go.
As you think of this math fan, everyone feels this tremor. The entire ground shakes like there is an earthquake. Everyone make a strength save.
I'm falling
boy.
over, guys.
Huh.
Alright, Jin, you're knocked to the ground, prone. So are you, Olacan. And Oric, you barely maintain your footing.
Strength saves a +10.
It's a miracle.
And you guys are a little bit wary. You're expecting maybe like some giant creature to like burst up from the ground, or the ground to open up, or you just see like dunes sort of collapse in on themselves a little bit, and it flattens the terrain out slightly. And then you help those that fell over to their feet. And of course, Mathvan, only magic could augment an environment like this, and it would have to be the most powerful form of magic. The only thing you think they could actually do this would be several wish spells. Maybe like 5 wish spells or something could augment an environment like this.
Oh well. Right.
Repeated wish spells.
Guess this is very quite powerful magic. My guess is that my simple dispel magic spell cannot fix that.
You think you'd probably need a like sort of magic to fix it? Maybe 3 wish spells could undo it.
Alright.
Does anyone have wish?
Hopefully not.
I've been hiding a ring of wishes in my pocket. I've been waiting for the opportune time.
Maybe if we go into a cave, we can find a magic lamp and get 3 witches.
Maybe you'll find Will Smith hanging about somewhere.
Oh,
Alright.
jeez. I hope not.
Everyone will have to make wisdom
Especially not
saves
if he's
against being
blue.
frightened. Alright. You guys continue on, and like every sort of one of these survival checks that you'll make, Rin, sort of represents an hour or 2 roughly in the desert, and you're trying to just remember the track, trace your steps or your tracks. Make me another survival check.
Uh-oh.
Alright, as you're rolling along the sand, the wind is blowing your tracks away. And whether you share this with the party or not, you don't think you'll be able to navigate back. You lose sort of orientation of which way is which.
Oh, well, Rin is stupidly honest. Yeah, he would tell the party that he's not going to be able to remember how to get back. Maybe finding the guy will help us.
Alright,
What happened, Ren? What didn't you ask me? I could have helped you. Could have granted you some guidance. Next time you guys need to do something, you can ask me. Like I can help you
Well,
out.
if we have the time to stop and ask, then maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guidance wouldn't work anyway because it only lasts a minute. This is like hours of trying to keep your tracks.
Okay, fair enough.
So as you guys are crawling along the desert, it just looks the same. It's like you swear you saw this cacti before. You swear you saw these rocks before. And Rin, you're starting to really feel like you're not making any progress. You're not even sure if you're going the right way. You could be like going back towards the doldrums. And at about this stage, you guys have another encounter. As some of your water skin's starting to look quite empty. Alright, there's Alright, I need the desert crawler to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
Alright, there is some rocks jutting out of the ground, or they look like it looks like a plant. Not really a rock, in the form of these spines. And when you try to avoid them, the spines shift and they like almost catch the desert crawler, sort of like caltrops almost, like keeping the desert crawler stuck. But you, at the very last second, Rin, just spin the wheel and you manage to completely avoid them. And that's when it bursts out of the desert sands. A massive worm with a horned head.
Ugh.
It It just looked like some like a plant or some old bleached bones or something like that, and all of its back is filled full of these spines, scales, and yeah, you avoid being like, it looked like it was trying to just like capture your vehicle and keep you stuck there. Looks like this. It's quite large as it bursts out of the sand, revealing itself. We're gonna roll initiative.
Oh boy.
All right, Auric.
Can
you're
I
first?
out the window and do something to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do this if I can get to it.
All right, you. Oh, from where you are, you're gonna hit someone.
Well, I mean, we're leaning out the window and
So
Well,
I'll show you that. I'll give you the templates for Cone of Cold. So you can either do it like that,
okay.
or you can do it like this. But from where you are, you're gonna hit one of your allies.
So I would have to move over.
Yeah,
I would have
you're
to
gonna
get-
have to jump out. You can use half your movement speed to jump out.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I will instead fire one at the ballista.
I mean, you've
Somebody with that.
already rolled it, so you're gonna have to do it now.
Okay. Then I guess I will jump out. Use
you-
half the movement.
So if you ever do an area of effect spell, before you roll any damage, you need to designate the area that it's going to be in,
Okay.
and for future reference. But you can just use half your movement to get out, cast it, and then use half your movement to get back in, and you're going to be in the exact same spot you were. You cast it like that. You only need to go in that square.
Whoops.
All right, you just sort of jump out through the Staff of Frost forward and unleash a Cone of Cold at the sandworm, and you see all of the blowing sand get frozen and fall to the ground like tiny little glistening icicles as the cone washes over the sandworm. It fails the save and it gets badly frostburnt for 39 points of cold damage. This giant beast. It's
And now I can move back.
still standing. Yep, you can use your other half a movement to get back in.
Okay.
So you'll be in the square that you're in. This one.
Oh.
It's a bit hard to see because of the... I can't even see any of your tokens. I'll just move you back.
My token is the only one that's showing up.
Yeah,
on
your
the
own
top
token will
of
be on
the
top.
input.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
It's a glitch. I'll send in a bug report for that. Olacan.
Can I fire the big pointy stick?
The ballista. It takes 3 actions. One action. It'll be loaded already, so it'll take 1 action to aim it, and then someone else can fire it.
I'll help you.
It has a +6 bonus on its attack, and it does 3d10 piercing damage.
I have a question. If I use my bonus to distract it, my action to aim at the next person who attacks with the ballista, do they get advantage?
There's the next person who attacks with any attack roll, whatever that is. If it's
So
a
it
ballista.
wouldn't be.
You can't
So it doesn't
like
lift.
you can't hold it for a specific target. It's just the next.
No,
attack
it would be
roll.
the next attack. But I'm just saying, whoever attacks next, if the next person attacks is the ballista, does that work
Yeah.
for the bonus?
Any attack roll.
Doing it. Bonus, and then I'm gonna aim it.
Alrighty. It's all loaded up with a ballista arrow. You jump on the back of it, swivel it over towards the sandworm.
So the ballista at this point would have disadvantage because we're within 5 feet of the worm?
No, you're not within 5 feet. You're still in whatever square you're in. If the worm was here, then yeah, you'd have disadvantage, but it's 10 feet away from you, Rin.
Okay. I'll move the. I'll move the. Can I hold a ramming action until after the ballista's fired?
Yeah, you can ready movement for the desert crawler.
Okay, I will do that. And after the ballista is fired, I will move.
Okay.
All right. So I aimed the. It's already aimed. So I'm gonna fire the ballista.
Alright, you pull this lever and you should be able to access the desert crawler's character sheet. It has the ballista macro already built in.
I don't see it.
Hold Alt and double click on the desert crawler token. It'll bring it up for you.
Awesome. Fire ballista. Here we go.
23 hits. You pump a ballista arrow into it for 15 piercing damage.
Awesome.
So it cracks its bony shell a bit. That's the
That's
shelly
my-
creatures so far.
Immediately after Mathven fires, Ren peels out and rams into the worm.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Make a constitution save.
For the desert crawler.
Boom.
Alright, the sandworm is able to half the damage. Go ahead and roll it up. Alright, it's hit for
That's not
13 piercing damage. A few spikes stick into it, and then the desert crawler can like actually keep on moving. It doesn't get stopped. If you want to move more, you can keep on moving.
Yeah, I would keep on moving to like the other side of it at least.
Okay.
So like out to here maybe. I'll put myself.
Alright, as you do that, the sandworm is going to make an opportunity attack at you with its tail. Sorry, not with its tail. It's going to try and gore you with its horn.
Bait it.
And it hits. It drives its horn into you for 8 piercing damage, Rin.
Okay.
And Jin, you're up. This is sort of annoying that I can't get you to your tokens without having to move. If I'm moving this, it's just so I can get to your tokens. I might just move it off until it's its turn.
Alright. I am going to bong Toll the Dead.
Alright, Mr. Worm makes a wisdom
that
save.
bong.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that passes.
Why'd it roll attack?
I don't know.
Maybe he tries to throw a bell at it. It's not a literal
So
bell,
throw
Jin.
it.
Hey,
No,
you
it's just-
it resists the magic.
yeah. Let me fix my thing.
It should be like 2d12. You should have like double contract damage.
It did the 2d8s and do 12. Alright, let me fix that.
Alright, it's the desert crawler's turn. So it can take 2 actions and move.
Alright, so the 2 actions are gonna be firing the ballistas then, I guess. Or is that
Yep.
loading and then aiming?
Now it can fire the ballista twice.
Okay.
Ooh.
As long as it's got enough passengers. It's presumed that while you guys are doing this, you're actually like working the ballista as well.
Okay.
Alright, you let loose. You guys all like work to let loose one ballista shot. The arrow sticks into the sand. A 13 misses, and a 9 also misses. And you don't need to do any ammo tracking as well. You resume to collect these massive arrows after the fight. There is about 10 or so loaded onto the desert crawler.
And then we use movement to ram it again and just go past it again.
Okay,
So,
give me another Constitution save. All right, this time it's a direct hit, and you rip through the sandworm for 37 piercing damage, sticking all of the front spikes into it and running it over. And yeah, you're not stopped by that either. If you fail the con save though, you actually will be stopped by the sandworm, and as you sort of crash into it.
Gotcha.
With a 17, you succeed. And it's all just dependent on size of the creature.
Yep.
Alright, that should be the desert crawler's turn up. The sandworm, it is going to try and get some dinner. It actually is going to just charge and try and gore the desert crawler. It lashes forward horn first, and it hits the desert crawler, slamming into the chassis for 13 piercing damage. And then when it does that, it's gonna like bring its tail inside the desert crawler, and you can keep track of the hit points as well on the desert crawler. It's got a hit points bubble.
Okay.
It's gonna try and bring its stinger in at you, Ren, since you're the closest.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh my god.
I think you guys
hold
I think you guys are gonna need to find a new driver.
Yeah.
Is he permadead?
No, it can't
That-
kill you. The poison can't kill you. You take 23 piercing damage, and then you become paralyzed.
The 23 is enough to knock me out.
Yeah.
Huh.
And you become paralyzed by its stinging tail as the sand warden moves in to rip you out of the vehicle and take you under the dunes to eat you.
Okay, but so the poison can't like.
Hey,
me, though,
if it reduces you to 0 hit points, you're stable. So it can't kill you. So you're stable at the moment, but paralyzed and poisoned.
Oh, so it can eat me later.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. That poison can't kill you though. And you're paralyzed like that for 1 hour. Otherwise it would do some serious damage. It would have been like, yeah, death probably.
Oh, I would have been permadead. Yeah. Easily.
Again.
Talking.
Permadead again.
All right, so I presume there's no more ballista shooting or anything at this point. Am I understanding the mechanic right?
You can it takes 3 actions for you guys to fire the ballista. 1 to load it, 1 to aim it, and 1 to fire it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go off and try to attack it then directly. It looks like it might be.
I don't think you have enough movement to do that.
I don't. If I'm here.
Yeah, it costs you
15, 20. I don't know if that is that 20 to go there. 25, 30.
it's difficult terrain to go through the desert crawler. That'll be 35 feet of movement where you are.
So all right. So 10, 20.
Oh, that'll cost you like 40 feet to go through the desert crawler and the creature. I don't think you can make it to make a melee attack. You're too far away.
Okay. In that case, I will.
Oh, go. What if you go like 15, 20, 25, 30?
Oh yeah, you could go around that way.
All right. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Okay, so that's what I'll do, and go after it with. Now, could I make a two-handed attack, and then, as my first attack, and then pull out my second weapon and make a 2 one-handed attacks? Does that work?
You could. I'd presume that you'd probably draw both weapons at the start of combat. But yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so then I'm gonna make a two-handed Warhammer attack.
Actually, yeah, you could do that because you've got 2 attacks. Alright, you swing two-handed with a Warhammer. It's sort of eating into the action economy a bit, though. It's
Yeah, well, I don't want to be abusive, so you just tell me what's fair. And
that's all good. It's just gonna. I'll have to keep track of your action economy a lot carefully because it's sort of metagamey to do that. But yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I just roll like so. I don't have advantage or anything, right?
Yeah, 11 misses.
Okay. Okay, so now I'll do. So now I'll just do a single attack with the longsword.
28 hits for 13 points of slashing damage. And oh, actually, wait, there is a reason why you can't do that. I just realized you can't actually do 2-weapon fighting because when you take the attack action, you only have 1 weapon out. But for now, it's alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
But in future, yeah, that's what prevents you from doing that.
Okay. Okay, so do I get one more attack now? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. For now, it's fine.
All right. Okay. All right. So do the warhammer.
It's
attack.
just a thing with the rules. All right, 24 hits.
I get it.
For 14 bludgeoning damage. And yeah, the sandworm is getting crushed. It's flicking around its tail wildly.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use half my movement to hop out. I'm gonna quicken the spell. It's a first level spell, but I'm gonna cast it at a higher spell slot. So let me find it. I wanted to cast that at second level, but
Okay. Are you
changed.
that's all good. Alright, that's 4 missiles. So they shoot out and each one slams into the worm, slapping it side to side for 8 points of force damage. And the worm is still standing. And you followed up with a firebolt. It's a crit. It just rips the sandworm apart, rending it into ash.
Good job. From the previous cone of cold, is there any way that we could sort of recover maybe some of the melted ice? And some water?
That was my idea. You know,
Only if you kill it with the cone of cold, it turns the creature into ice. If not, it just dissipates. Keep in mind, it's just magic. It's not.
No, I understand it.
Not
It
actual
might have
ice.
some chemicals in it.
Tarkan wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
He just sees ice.
If you kill the creature, it does turn it into ice. But otherwise, it disperses after the spell is cast.
Should have killed it.
All right, so I'm gonna. Who's down? Ren. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Ren to wake him up.
Alright, you cast Cure Wounds on him. And
Still
you,
paralyzed though.
yep, you see the wound, this vicious wound from the stinger that Rind took. It seals up, but Rind does not wake up. I guess he sort of opens his eyes, but he can't talk and he can't move.
I'm gonna slap him in the face. Hey, get out of there!
Like making an
Come on,
attack,
let's go.
making an unarmed strike. I'm joking.
Tarkan's gonna make sure no one tries to draw any funny pictures on his face.
It's an automatic crit if
um,
you're within 5 feet.
Do I know what's going on with him? Like,
He's-
how long is it gonna be like that?
He's paralyzed. You can make a medicine check.
Okay, guidance, medicine, 16.
You think this poison will last an hour, about an hour, but he's not going to be able to drive in this condition.
All right, I'm gonna tell the group that he should be fine after an hour. What do you guys want to do?
Somebody else drive. We just carry him in the back. We gotta find water.
Okay, I'll drive, I guess. Always wanted to drive one of these.
Alright, go into your configuration.
Where's the wheel?
At the front. It doesn't really matter.
Just tie Ren to the front, Mad Max style.
Yeah, I'll steal
Darkin?
somebody's blood to drink.
Are you there?
I'm sorry. I'll be drinking too. Is that what you're at?
Alright, I'll just move you guys. Alright, so you all get in the desert crawler and you keep on rolling along the dunes, and you guys
move
need
it
to
or
drink
you
again. You'll move it, but not yet.
Okay.
You guys need to drink again. And
Oh, I just did. So
alright.
down to 0.
Yep. You drink your last pint, Tarkin. Mathan, you've got 1 pint left.
Yes.
Oric, you've got 1 pint left.
I look at the group and I am very panicking right now. So I'll tell the group, if I need to go to sleep, I need to rest. I can fix this, but I need to concentrate more. So
You don't think you'd survive until like long rest time in this desert? There's no
shit.
way. You've only been in the desert for about 5 hours. It would be another 18 hours or something until you complete a long rest. Just to put it into comparison for you. Alright, Jin, I see you've made your constitution save there. You're handling the heat well. It's getting a little bit worse for you because you didn't drink at the start. But you've got a mild headache, but other than that, you're dealing with dehydration good. And I presume someone tips some water down Jin's throat. And Mathan, you're driving now, so give me a survival check.
Mm-hmm.
You
Hey,
can-
Seb,
I'm not bad at this, surprisingly.
gain sorcery points out of combat, like burn spell slots.
Yep, you can convert them however you see fit.
I'm gonna convert one of my 3rd level slots into 3.
Okay. Alright, Mathfan, you actually think you've got your bearings now, and you think you could probably even navigate back to the doldrums when needed to Dry Town. And at this stage, you're not seeing. You can move the desert crawler, Mathfan, where you think you just it's just an aimless journey. You're not going towards anything. You're just rolling along the desert sands, hoping to find something here, and it seems to stretch out by 100 miles.
Probably watering that plant. Let's go to it.
All right, let's see this. Let's do it random.
I see a massive cactoid, and Jin suggests trying to extract some water from it.
Ah,
I would shoot it with
Yes.
a ballista first. See if it comes to life. And,
okay. I'm gonna get out and inspect it and try to determine what it is. And
Alright, you can make a nature check to try and identify it.
And I should be good at this too. Guidance and nature. Oh, that's my failure.
It's
That's a
pointy.
+8. Yeah.
It's
a
Matt Fan's
13.
assessment. I don't think you should touch the spines. Alright, yeah, you don't know if this, you can't really identify this cactoid. It's very bizarre looking. It has strange shapes and flowers on it. It certainly doesn't look like, the sort of cactus you'd find on the material plane. You don't know whether or not you could like extract any water from it, and with a 13 it's not enough to efficiently do that.
I
Even
stab
if you
into it
can.
with my sword. Just see if let's make a deep incision.
The nature check represents your ability to either extract water or not. You slash into it and you just It's this got this like thin white liquid that comes out of it, sort of like tree sap.
I'm so pissed off that I roll a 1. Damn. Alright, so what should we do, guys? Keep moving?
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice.
To completely dehydrate out of here. Take a chance on this plant. And I'm sure that's no aloe vera.
It's similar to aloe vera. Yeah, so
So,
whether or
so
not
I'm
that
assuming that we tried to extract water and failed, right? Like,
yeah, and then Jin slashed it and this like white sort of sap came out of it. This thin white sort of chemically smelling sap. Alright, you guys jump back in the desert crawler, and that attempt, Jin and Mathvan, it sort of causes you to expend this precious energy, and you need to drink again, both of you.
oh man. I am making a constitution save.
Okay, you're gonna hold your last pint, Mathvan,
Yes.
and you both deal with the intense heat, dehydration. Everyone else who just sort of stayed in what little shade the desert crawler provides are okay for now.
We just need to survive.
The rest of you don't need to drink.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, it's a failed attempt to get some water. And you've been in the desert for hours now. You can keep searching.
Alright, let's keep going in this direction.
Alright. You move a little bit more.
Is that a cave?
I think it's a mirage. You're starting to see things. I think you see a cave, but it's just some shadows of the shapes of the dunes trying to trick you. And you're not seeing anything. It's just, it seems to all be the same over and over again, repeating itself. And when you get to about here, you hear a, sounds like some sort of animal. A cawing of some sort. And you slow down. Rin is awake at this stage too. He's just woken up. And it seems to be coming out of the this dune near you guys here. Like some sort of animal in distress.
By any chance, do I identify the sound? Do I recognize it?
You can make a nature check.
I was good at this, guys. I was good at this. I'm so pissed that I failed that one.
Yeah, you don't recognize it as any animal. It's strange.
Maybe it's a lure of some kind. Where is it coming from?
Coming from the nearby dune in this area here.
For sure, I'm gonna get away from. If I don't recognize it as a friendly animal, I'm not wanna investigate that. I think we
Okay.
should go the other way.
Alright, you start taking off, and suddenly a creature bursts out of the dunes. It's a dragon.
Oh, lovely.
What?
Wow.
A little
Very
dragon.
tiny one.
A wormling. A blue dragon wormling. It bursts up out of the ground to chase you all, flying overhead 30 feet. And it lets out this roar again, and you can see its little blue horn starting to crackle with lightning, has these shiny, bright blue scales, this rigid sort of almost volatile, skeletal looking face, and it's only a pup, but it's coming after you guys very aggressively.
Oh shit. I think you guys should disperse. It's not very good to fight a dragon so
And
close together.
even in its infancy, you can tell lightning is starting to crackle in between the concave portions of its cheekbones, dance across
Lord
its
Tarkan is
horn.
at the end. He's last every time.
So it's 30 feet in the air when we start combat. Olacan.
Over here and firebolt.
Are you
Yeah,
dashing? Bonus action
no,
dash?
No, I used my half to get out and then moved.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Isn't that how that would be 30, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Alright, you send a firebolt at it. A 10 whizzes straight by it. Alright, the dragon dives off to the side. And it flies down here and drags its claws along the sand as it sort of stops itself. As it does that, it turns its head. And it opens its mouth, and a 5-foot wide line of lightning screeches across those in the southern portion of the vehicle.
Dex save?
1 second. I think I just had. There we go. Just had like a little lag spike. Alright, that's Desert Crawler has to make a deck save as well as Math Van Tarkin and Rin.
I have advantage because I'm wearing the armor, the scale mail armor.
Okay. That's on all breath weapons, right?
What was that?
That applies to all breath weapons, right? The dragon
Yes,
scale
it
mail.
does.
Okay.
And fear ability as well.
Okay.
I have resistance, but it's only to fire damage, not to line.
Yeah. And the Desert Crawler also has to make a deck save.
How do I make deck saves?
It doesn't have a saving throw, so it's a
Yeah,
dexterity check.
Yeah.
You try to turn the Desert Crawler Math Van, but it's no good. And it hits the chassis. And it just the chassis, doesn't hit any other component. Alright, let's roll some damage. Tarkin, you fail and you hit for 22 points of lightning damage. Rin, you succeed and you take 11 lightning damage. Mathfan, you succeed and you take 11 lightning damage. And the Desert Crawler is hit for 22. And then the Wormling takes up to the air, but it doesn't get out of melee range. It sort of misjudges how far it can fly, and it's only 10 feet up in the air, 5 feet above the ground. And that's the Blue Wormling's turn. Jin.
I wonder how blue wormlings deal with thunder. No idea, but I'm gonna slash at it with my Dragon Slayer sword, Booming Blade.
13 misses as the Dragon Slayer is reflected by the dragon scales. Mathfan.
Can I use my action to fire stuff? Or I have to wait for the Desert Crawler's turn?
Yeah, the Desert Crawler has its own initiative, and then if you want to fire the ballista, it takes 3 actions. 2 if it's already loaded.
Okay. Well, in that case, Let's see here. I'm gonna speak in Draconic. I have Draconic as my language. I'm gonna command the dragon
Okay.
to land.
Alright, Mr. Wormling. The initial notion of you trying to tell it what to do, it screeches, and it screeches back at you. How dare you tell me what to do? You are inferior to me! You are my slave! And then it screeches, what is this? And it will land on its next turn. As the command works, it starts to hover down. Alright.
All right. That's my.
Let's have. Okay, let's go back to old Trusty. I'm gonna quicken Scorching Ray and follow it with a Firebolt.
Alright, your Scorching Ray, the first beam hits for 11 fire damage. The second one hits for 12 fire damage. A 14 misses. And the Firebolt hits it for 12 fire damage. The little wormling is bitten off more than it can chew because it's almost dead.
Take
Nice.
that for inferior.
Ren.
You said it's in melee range?
Yeah.
Okay, so if would I be able to step out of the crawler to here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 15. 20, 25. Let's go for a Mace of Disruption. Swipe.
17 hits. You whack the wormling for 5 bludgeoning damage.
Of course, it's only 5 damage. Then I will bonus action. Try to jab it.
14 is a miss. Full short.
And my turn.
It's the Desert Crawler's turn.
All right. How many ballistas can I shoot?
How many people are in the vehicle? You've got 2 passengers, so you can only take 1 action.
All right. I'm gonna take fire a ballista at it.
Okay. It's a hit. The ballista bolt hits the dragon's wing and sort of breaks its wing and cuts a hole through it for 8 piercing damage. The wormling starts to sort of tumble to the ground.
And I can still move.
Yeah.
Move over here.
You're actually able to ram it using the spikes of the roof.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to hit Jen or Rem.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, can't you could just move it like that, alright?
Wait.
You only have to go until it's square.
Okay. All right. Fine. Then I'm gonna do that.
Alright, make a Constitution save. And then roll the ram damage. Pretty sure this wormling is gonna be ripped apart. Yeah, you ram it, hitting the dragon with the on the underbelly with the top spikes of the vehicle of the desert crawler, and it just shreds the wormling to pieces, and it causes it to tumble to the ground dead.
And as I do that, I hit the brakes and I stop just before I hit Jen.
Jin, you have a spike that stops about an inch away from your face.
Can I take a second win before initiative is over, or do I need to actually wait for an attack?
You can use second win whenever you want. If it's not in combat, then yeah.
And burst out of the sand somewhere around here.
Yeah.
I would like to before hopping back in to the crawler, I would like to use my mage hand and start clearing the sand away and see if there's anything else under there.
Make an investigation check.
Dude.
You start trying to clear it, Auric, and you end up sort of basically covering whatever little burrow there was left behind by the blue dragon wormling. You don't find anything of value.
For sure.
Well, shall we keep going?
Alright, it starts to look a little bit grim for you guys as water skins are emptying. And you can go back into these squares.
I'm gonna give myself 10 points of lay on hands.
Okay.
So I don't have just 2 hit points. Say a quick prayer to Sahin Mumbo. And hop back in.
Still driving, Math Fan?
Do you still want me to drive, or I'm good at survival? That's what I'm still driving.
Go ahead.
I'm decent. Not a ranger, but I have a +5.
You can give me another survival check, Math Fan. Alright, you think you know your sort of orientation. You think like to the east is sort of where you entered. You've actually sort of just headed due west from where you entered the Sanguine Badlands, and so far you haven't found anything that would sort of point towards any nomad living out here. You can continue to search.
But definitely west is a place that we haven't been before, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue heading west.
You roll along the dunes as this intense heat is picking up, and the sand is like hot lashings scalding your skin. And it's a pretty quiet time at the moment. You guys don't have any encounters. It's just your main enemy is just this intense heat. And you keep going west, Mathan, and it just seems to just come towards like a massive wall that goes up as high as you can see. It's made from stone, and you think you're sort of basically got the like the market district above you in relation, but like this wall, you can't see the top of it. It just goes as high as you can see. It's made from stone, and there is rusted bits of iron sticking out of it, massive cinder blocks, and that are cracked. And you see some small bones scattered around at the base of this wall. Like you've traveled for miles, maybe like almost 100 miles, and seem to have headed to the western reaches of the Sanguine Badlands. And everyone needs to drink again. Auric, you empty your water skin.
Actually, I'm going to save this time.
Alright, make me a constitution save. You're doing okay with hydration. Olican, are you drinking?
Oh, of course. I roll good the first time. Now I shit the bed.
Alright, you're actually okay because you've been
didn't shit the bed.
You've been hydrated well so far. And Jin?
I'm doing constitution save as well.
Okay. Jin? Alright, you're doing okay. Mathvan, you're doing okay without drinking. And Tarkin, are you drinking? Oh, you don't have anything to drink. You're dealing with the heat okay. You guys are dealing with it well. And Rin, are you drinking?
I'm gonna go ahead and drink the last pint out of mine.
All right, that last drop of water hits your tongue like a sweet saving grace, and then it's just disappointment as it nothing more comes out. No luck so far, Math Fan. You keep on rolling along these dunes on what is starting to look like just a
Right,
this
so
journey.
I cannot go west anymore, right? I have to pick either south or north.
Yeah, the wall is there to the west.
Let's see. Roll it. Right, we're going south, guys.
Alright, you travel south and there's this wall just continues around to the south and to the west, forming a 90-degree angle, and small bones again scattered at the base of this gigantic wall. It must be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet high. There is one thing you find though. It's another cacti.
Oh, let's try extract water again.
All right. Well, I immediately jumped down, quite desperate, and trying to inspect the cactus to see what it is. Basically, try to do the same thing I did before.
Alright, this one looks a little bit different, and you make a nature check.
Guidance 2 and 22.
Alright, 22. You actually managed to tap some water out of this cactus. You create a little funnel and you drive it into the cactus, and it looks like water. You think it's not actually like water, but it's got enough to keep you hydrated, whatever this liquid is. It's sort of light green in color. And a 22. Roll me 2d4 plus 2. Alright, you managed to extract 5 pints from it.
I don't have 7 because I don't have the plus
7
2.
pints.
Gonna give 1 to each member of the group. I'm gonna take an extra 1 for doing the finding.
Okay.
Perfect.
Everyone lines up to catch as much of this green liquid as they can in their water skins. And I presume you guys all drink as well while you're doing this, but that's not included in those 7 pints. You're just taking some and lapping some up, and then get back in the desert.
I have 3.
crawler.
I have 3 because I took an extra
one. Okay. All right, you get the water, and this south wall. Now, there's the same wall to the south. It seems to continue like all the way back, probably to like where you entered. You think you can actually use this wall as a good landmarker now.
Okay, so I guess we try going north then.
We came from the east. We've hit the west and the southern wall.
But I go a little bit this side. And they go north.
Alright, you head north, and if you keep the wall in sight, you don't need to make a survival check. But from where you are, let me see if it looks. Yeah, you don't need to make survival checks. You've just got the wall in sight. It's this just foreboding shadow off to your west, and you continue on. And this map is abstracted, so you've gone like many miles. I've been going for hours now. Been out in the desert for 8-9 hours. maybe coming on to 10. And at this stage, you guys will need to drink. Anyone want to not drink? Okay.
I'll drink.
I'll drink.
I'll drink.
All right. Then your water skin's empty, and so is yours, Rin, and so is yours, Tarkin. Holocan
Do we need?
and Auric, you guys have 1 each, and Mathvan, you've got 2.
Do we feel tired yet? Do we have to?
Again, you won't survive the night in the desert here. You'll die of dehydration, probably. You think?
Oh, keep going.
You'd have to do. Yeah. You're drinking like over every hour, basically. Alright, you continue on, and it just never ends.
Wow.
Ew.
Oh, another cactus. Another cactus. Let's
Where?
go west. 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 Oops, sorry.
You do see another cactus.
I see cactuses.
Oh man.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
You know one of these is gonna end up being a creature, right?
Fine. We'll kill it and then drink
drink its
everything
blood.
inside.
Kill it and drink its blood.
Yes.
Kill it and drink it. It's gonna be like Lord of the Flies.
We probably won't even find Madrock until we're like delirious with thirst or something.
Right. So, is it still a nature check to extract the water?
Yeah. Every cactus you're seeing is a different species. All right, you guys like starting to feel like this is just a hopeless journey, and your water skins are getting empty, and you've actually probably lost sight of trying to find mad tracks at this stage. The only thing that most of you care about is just water and survival. The intense desert heat, it just seems to be getting hotter and hotter, and you can't imagine anyone could even live out in these conditions. And you just desire water, and the sensation of needing this water, this desire, it goes so strong, and you manage to get some water, and you just feel, rolling another 2d4 plus 2, you just feel so relieved. But it's like such a strong desire, like you've just blocked out everything else completely. But you just feel so relieved to find this cactus, and you get another 7 pints. You wanna distribute it the same way?
Yep.
Alright. You guys are just lapping up what you can, filling up your water skins, and feeling okay.
Oof. Man.
Actually, if I have 2, you said that I can only carry what, 4 or?
Yeah.
Who needs it the most? Let's see. Who wants the extra one?
I think
I think that would put you up to 4
Yeah. I
if you
don't go
took 2 now.
after. Oh, all right. If anybody needs it as an emergency, I'll use them.
Yeah, your water skin's full.
Okay. Let's keep going then.
Okay, keep going.
I'm gonna go to the side, just so I can see the wall. And you let me know when when's the maximum distance that I can be, that I can
About
still
90
see the wall.
feet. Yeah, about there. It's good.
Oops. And then keep going north. Jeez. Any other suggestion, guys?
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we're still wandering aimlessly into this desert.
We have a name.
there's a tent to the right. Go
We
right.
just don't
There's
know
a
where we're
hermit.
going.
Hermit's to the right.
here.
Where? What is it?
To the right. Go right.
Oh. Awesome.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh
What
wait,
is
this
that?
looks like water.
All right, come across this little oasis. You see a shrine of some description. There is a 12-foot high wall, and it has all of these inscriptions, mosaics on it that depict ancient looking things. It's completely draped with green vines, and there are yellow flowers sprouting out of it. There are also 2 palm trees and 2 strange looking cactus flowers, and in the center of it all there is a circular shrine with this glistening blue pool of water within.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the mosaic and try to decipher the message.
Make a history check.
I'm also decent at that. Guidance 15.
It seems to depict some sort of deity, one that is associated with war. And now you can make a religion check.
Guidance 22.
It depicts Maglubiet, the goblin god of war.
One. Yes. Holy shit, that's an evil deity.
And suddenly someone steps up from behind the wall. A hobgoblin, surprisingly enough. He looks like a nomad, wears a black cape strung over his shoulders. He wields a staff in his hand, and he has many provisions strapped to his belt. Looks like an older hobgoblin, and he greets you. I have been awaiting you all. You know who I am.
And tracks, I presume.
Indeed. So you are the ones. And he sort of uses this stick, the walking stick, as he travels over to the shrine. Notices Math Van marveling at the mosaic. Do you like it? I built it myself. Reminds me of home. Don't worry.
Interesting.
I've left my marauding ways behind a long time ago. But I am still blessed. Glubiet has favored me. I'm not sure what destiny he has in line for me, but all I know is that I must wait here for a time until 6 warriors will come to seek out what it is that they desire the most.
I look quite uncomfortable with the fact that he worships an evil god, and I'm probably not the best person to be dealing with him.
Ren does a quick head count. Oh, look at that. We have 6 people, and I think we're all warriors.
Indeed.
They must be waiting for us.
You are the ones. I have seen them in my visions. You are here to receive the Gith Capacitor. You're the ones shown in the prophecy. And then he sort of shows his hand out forward, arm facing you all, and then he sort of does like that Jedi mind trick sort of his hand. But he does it, he sort of moves it towards the mosaic, and the images on the mosaic change. And they show these, it's a mosaic of the 6 of you combating Githyanki. destroying them. Yes, sir, I stand behind you in support in a great scene of war.
Wow. This must be the future because the one depicting me is not on the ground.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
This is what
Look
you
at Red.
desire. Is it not? You see Rin getting like still just like crit by one of the Githyanki though.
Like cut in half.
That happened to
Aw.
me too. They one-shot us. Those bastards.
Is this what you desire?
It is.
Oh.
Is this your chosen path?
At least half of it.
Yes.
And this. And then he changes the mosaic again with just a flicker of his hand, and it shows each and every one of you in a different state of what you most desire, whether it be returning to the material plane or whatever you came to do, whatever you most seek. And we'll see what that is for everyone. I'll start off with Olakan. What does Olakan most desire?
Well, I mean, he was a researcher. Probably some knowledge about the world. Something special, special knowledge. Either that or just to mess with someone. I mean, he was a researcher. That's his job, technically. But I do enjoy messing with people, so I don't know. How about something really neat that I can use to mess with people? That's a good comment.
It throws you showing a book at someone's head.
Just a prankster.
Like an invisible book that I can read, but I can also throw at someone's head. That's pretty good.
Okay. It shows you just like holding your hands up, like just staring at nothing, because it's an invisible book.
Yeah. And then, like, Tarkan will laugh at me, and I'll throw the book at him, and he'll get hit in the head, and he won't even know what happened.
Yes, that is what you most desire. And what does Rin see up there on the mosaic?
Home.
Just sees you back on the material plane at home, Rin. Having an invisible book thrown at you.
Yeah, it's at home with my family.
Getting crit by an invisible book. Alright, surrounded by your family. And Trax nods at you. Yes. Mosaic of time shows you what you can get. And then he looks towards Auric. What does Auric see up on the mosaic?
I've answered this question once before. I want to ride the back of one of the great red dragons and use its power to incinerate the Gith fucks who attempt to put us in chains.
Mantrax smiles, and you see an image of you on the back of an ancient red dragon, with the rest of your party members also trailing behind you, and Githyanki fighting on red dragons, and you just sundering them, incinerating them with powerful fire magic over a scene of flying over Tunarath. Yes. This is what you desire, and you can have it. And he looks towards Jin. What does Jin see on the mosaic?
He sees an older Jin in a pocket dimension surrounded by dozens of clones laughing maniacally.
That's a good one.
Indeed, this is your fate, your destiny. And he looks at Tarkin.
So Tarkan is at the front of an invading force of a collection of races from the material plane invading the market and trying to free people as they go and just kill Gith.
And you see Tarka just going on a slaughter spree in section 3, just smashing Gith's head together and stabbing through Githyanki's chests until there's no Githyanki or Gith alive, just all of the other residents still there. And Matrax smiles. Ah, quite the warrior. I since have left such violence behind. And you, oh knowledgeable one, as he looks towards Mathvan.
Oh, I seek knowledge, ancient mysteries. Well, that's what I would see. I see Madban likes knowledge and discovering ancient secrets and mysteries to the point that he wants to be able to have more knowledge than the Sphinx in Ravnica, the leader of the Azorius Guild. And that's why he wants to be the most knowledgeable entity in his home world.
You see yourself in a vast library with bookshelves as far as you can see, and there is spells of every level written on some of these scrolls and vellums, and you're accompanied by a lich. You're in a place where all the walls are colored amber, and you seem to be content studying this powerful knowledge.
Yep.
Very well. Your desires here, they are true, and they can be realized. But first, you must complete the journey. You cannot get what you want by simply standing here and listening to me by any means. Please feel free to fill your water skins. You want to be parched. And he points to the little pool of water in the center of the oasis.
It's not poison, right?
If it was poison, I'd be dead. What keeps
Dunk
me
my head in.
sustained? It's
Start inhaling water.
it's nice and clear.
Ren
Yes.
kind of hits you on the shoulder. Stop! You're gonna make it poison if you keep your head in there like that. Stop!
Cough, cough, cough. I thought I was drowning.
And yeah, you guys can fill your water skins up and you feel very hydrated. And Madtrax nods again. Yes, this water is a gift from Maglubiet to myself, and he must all deem you worthy if you're able to drink from it. Worthy as warriors. And during this time, you guys can also take a short rest.
Thank the Lord.
And you feel very hydrated again.
Kidding me, man.
This is what you seek, he just says randomly. And he shows you this orb. It looks like a globe, like a planet, but it has a mind flayer's head attached around it. And this horrible little relic. This is the Gith capacitor. This is what you came here to seek, but you may not have it until you have completed me one task. Only the results matter of your task, not how you go about it. The nature of this object will be revealed to you in due time. But the Gith capacitor is not currently charged. I need a few components to complete it. And you are the warriors destined to retrieve them. Do you accept this task that I will put before you without knowing truly what it may behold?
Sure.
Yeah. Worst happens is I die again.
Well, we were burnt recently,
Well-
taking on a quest
Well-
for the Githzerai.
Yeah, he's not a Gith though. He's a hobgoblin.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that.
Like that
that's
makes any
fine.
difference.
In the
Are you
northernmost reaches of the Sanguine Badlands lies the skeleton of a beast feared throughout the ages. A legendary monster who has long since fallen. Now only its bones remain. They say this beast is as old as time itself. Perhaps what lies in the marrow of the bones is key to the secrets of the multiverse. You will travel there and retrieve me the marrow. And with that, I will unlock the true potential of the Gith capacitor. Your journey will continue. But be warned. The skeleton is home to a blue dragon, in which it makes its lair. It goes by the name of Helix Izorth. It will not take kindly to your presence in its lair. You're not required to defeat the dragon, but I fear you will be forced to. If the dragon attacks, you must use your wits to destroy it. For blue dragons are the type of beasts that like to draw out their fights. Do not let it come to that, or it'll drive you into dehydration and will win the long fight before you ever land some devastating blows on it. You must attack quick and hard. Prepare yourselves. Do not let it draw the fight out any longer than necessary. Is understood.
Makes sense.
And then he steps out to the side of this wall and points to the north. Head that way as far as you can go. There you shall find what you seek. Retrieve me as much marrow as possible. I'll unlock the Gith capacitor for you. You may leave immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oops, sorry.
die.
I didn't mean to do that. I was reading it.
Any suggestions on how you guys want to take on a blue dragon?
I was planning on using suggestion actually to make him go away, but I'm trying to see if it works. Blue dragon.
It has to sound reasonable.
You can always tell that somebody killed one of its younglings, its wormlings. It
Go
needs to
save
go
it.
find those people.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna ask Nomad more information about this blue dragon. If he knows what drives him, what motivates him, what is his goal, what
He's a vicious
What?
beast who feeds on the creatures, denizens of this land, and does not discriminate against animals or adventurers. A foul beast of evil that must be destroyed. He cares only to enslave people.
does he fear anything?
Only his own death, I am sure, or anyone who shows superiority over him.
Is he proud, pain, as in, does he thinks highly of himself, like he deserves the biggest reward ever?
He is a dragon, after all. Aren't all dragons like that?
Guess so. Thank you for the information.
Negotiating will not be possible. The dragon will seek to enslave you all, seeing you all as inferior. You must attack it hard and fast. Do not hold back. Give it everything you've got. When you're done, you may rest here.
I give Tarkin the Dragon Slayer sword and be like, I don't have multi-attack yet. You should use this.
I don't feel like I'm quick enough to make 2 attacks in 6 seconds. Here, I've seen your prodigious strength.
You
yeah,
said
I'm
we
happy
could
to take
rest there. How
After
long
we-
can we rest
After we kill the dragon.
after we killed the dragon?
Well, after we get the marrow. Technically not after we kill the dragon, but what?
I don't
same
know
difference at this
the
point.
stats on that.
It's a
On that
1d6.
sword.
1d6 damage. It's and it does an extra 3d6 to dragons.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Alright, you guys are ready?
Do it.
Like, we're not ready, but we're going.
We had one person fall tonight, so
Alright, you guys roll on over towards the north, and it takes you about another hour, and the sand, it really starts to sort of be like a pick up in the wind around this area, and it almost seems like there's like a thunderstorm. Yeah, you can like hear these like booms and crackles. And you look up to the sky, and you don't even see anything but darkness above you all. And then you start to spot some bones. Let's take a 10-minute break now, and
Cool.
we'll be back with the bones in 10 minutes. See you guys soon.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't think. Oh, it's also a magic sword, so +1 sword. By the way, you still here, Tarkin?
you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well.
I'm here.
Welcome back. All right. Is everyone here?
Yep.
I believe so.
If you're not here, speak now. Okay. You guys travel for a couple of hours, and during this time, you've all drunk from your water skin once. Unless for some reason you don't want to. And eventually you start to see some bones up ahead. Large bones.
Ah, yes.
Sort of start bringing the desert crawler to a crawl. You can spot some very large bones over here. Each one almost 7-8 feet long. 3 feet in diameter. And they just keep getting bigger as you look off to the north. You also see some more bones. Could be the rib bones of a large creature. And some more curved bones that look like they're shaped like claws. What do you guys do?
Might
We should
it
probably
be
get the
possible
ballista
to...
like ready to go.
It's always, the blister's always ready. It's always loaded.
Go ahead. You were gonna say something.
I was saying we are to get marrow from the bones, correct?
Yeah.
Bones right here.
Do we
I
know how
don't
to
see
do-
any
do we
blue
know how to get
dragons.
marrow? Do we just
Your math man can figure anything out.
What do you want me to figure out?
How do we get the marrow? I guess
How to
we just-
extract marrow from bones.
Yes, I concentrate on the meaning of the universe and
You don't need any sort of check. You just would break the bone open and scrape some out.
Crack it open, scoop it out.
Yeah.
Can we?
Cool enough.
What about we tie a rope to one end of this thing? I misty step over to a bone, tie it to that end. I misty step back, and we just drive away.
good enough to me.
Well, if there is, in fact, the dragon here, very bad idea
Why
to
is that?
stay all packed jammed.
Yeah, well, that's why we're doing a quick getaway. We're just gonna grab a bone and leave. We're just gonna drag the bone behind our car in the sand.
That's actually quite funny. You miss this step, tie the bone, and then we get the heck out of here, dragging that thing through the entire desert.
Well, can I misty step with a rope in my hand?
Yeah. You can misty step and take the whole rope with you.
But not just a piece of it.
Yeah, if you're holding the rope, the whole rope would go with you.
So if I misstep with one end tied to the car and I'm holding the other end and I misty step, what would happen?
You would go and the rope would not.
All right, my strategy won't work. I guess we have to kill it.
Well, I mean, we can still, if you want to try that. I mean, just quickly run over there, like tie it to the vehicle, and then run over there really quickly and tie it, and then jump back.
Do you have
Okay.
haste?
No, I took counterspell instead.
It's up
Alright,
to
if you
you.
guys
You're
want
the
me
one
to-
who's stepping.
If you guys want me to do it,
Who
I'll
took
do it.
counterspell?
I took counterspell.
That's
Yeah,
good.
let's
That
give it a
means
go.
I don't
Let's
have
try it
to.
out.
That's good to know.
Well, it's the more counterspells, the better, because then you can have like a counterspell war.
A limited spell zone. So
All right, I grab a rope and I step outside the car.
I gave you guidance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Concentrate on guidance.
And I. Oh my god! Here's how Jin dies. I run over to a bone. I start
Alright.
tying it.
Okay, you tie the rope around it. Just a quick loop and a knot. Make sure it's nice and secure. You see some small scorpions skittering about. Regular sized ones.
Huh.
Just moving around on the sand.
I'm just gonna
When they
walk
see
away.
you, they sort of back up a little bit. And you've got the rope attached to the bone.
All right, guys, let's go.
Alright, and you guys drive off, dragging the bone behind you. Back to the dunes. And you continue the journey back.
After some safe distance, I'm gonna inspect the bone to see if it's the one that we were looking for.
Alright, how far do you deem safe? A mile?
What do you guys think?
I would say half a mile is probably good.
Okay. Doesn't take very long to get that distance. 10 minutes max. And you stop and you inspect the bone. Make an investigation check, math fan. The bone looks very brittle and ancient. You tap on the
19.
bone and it's hollow.
There's no bone marrow.
No, there's no marrow inside the bone. It's long since dried up, been eaten by creatures.
Guys, we have a problem.
Well, let's go back.
It
and
did seem
just
like
go...
it was maybe too.
You want to grab another one?
Yeah, I'll go further down this side.
Yeah, we have to. I guess maybe now that you know what a bad bone looks like, maybe you'll be able to identify at least a good-looking one, or at least not a bad one.
Oh my god. Jesus.
It doesn't
I
have any like physical difference in appearance. You wouldn't imagine. You'd have to see if the bone is hollow or not.
Yeah, just crack it open.
Yeah. Alright. You guys double back and everyone drinks from their water skin once more.
see, this is
But you've got more than enough to get back to Mad Tracks.
Alright. Let me get out of my car again.
Wait, I think all this might be bad.
You don't like the plan? Alright, let's come up with a new plan. I don't like this plan either. It leaves me.
Alright, Jin jumps back in.
Yeah, it leaves me kind of up Shit's Creek.
to go as north as north goes.
Yeah,
I think-
there's another set of bones over here. Like, so over here, there's another set of bones, and that one.
How loud is the buggy is compared to us just walking?
It doesn't really make that noise.
No?
It's quite silent.
No,
There's-
I was
it-
gonna
it doesn't
ask,
have like an engine
before
or-
you made the noise.
Yeah, it doesn't have an engine or anything. It just moves, and it only makes the sound of the wheels rolling across the sand. Then again, it's not like, the person steering it could try and steer it like, quietly, but it's not exactly very stealthy, rolling along the sand. There's nothing to obscure you, apart from the general radius of about 90 feet of hot wind.
Okay, so I think whatever plan we do, we actually have to take our time to investigate the bone. It's not as easy as just grabbing one and leaving.
Well,
Yeah, we need to give a little bit of thought to what's going on. So yeah, we definitely don't also don't want to be all bunched up in the event that the dragon comes and
Yeah.
just does some kind of
So,
crazy
so
attack.
let's get out of the vehicle.
Before that, something bursts out of the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Two creatures burst out of the sands, and you see round scales. You see these, massive praying mantis like insects with long antennae that twitch, and they just burrow through the sand using their legs. Sharp hooks. They try to grasp the desert crawler. Ankegs. Monstrous praying mantises that like to dwell underground.
Let's get him.
And they flank the vehicle. They move into attack. I'm gonna roll initiative.
Who's driving the car? Am I driving the car? Who?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, Jin, you're up.
Yep. I think I will aim a ballista
Okay.
at this one.
Alright, you grab onto the blister and just hoist it around. Point it right at it. Alright, this Ankeg is going to try and bite the desert crawler. Bite the chassis. And it crits. It just takes a big chunk out of the side of the desert crawler. It takes 17 slashing damage and 8 acid damage. And this green acid is just corroding the leather and the iron of the desert crawler. You can see it melting in front of your eyes. There's a total of 25 points of damage. And not only that, now the desert crawler is grappled. It has the desert crawler in its mouth. That's the Ankhead's turn. Harkin.
Okay, so Tarkan is going to jump off the crawler and attack this one here. Going to attempt to trip it. If he hits it.
21 hits. You do a tripping attack. You try to do a sweeping motion with the warhammer and lift it off its feet onto its side. It's not tripped, but you deal it a pretty heavy blow for 14 points of damage.
Okay. And then we'll attack it with the longsword.
14 hits.
Oh wow. Oh.
Slashing through its natural armor. You slice it for 14 points of damage. It meows like a cat.
And then one more final attack here.
And it's a crit. You drive the warhammer straight into its skull. It breaks away all of its chitin and squashes its brain. You splatter it like squashing an insect. 20 points of damage.
That belt of strength, man. That is a nice thing. Alright, and I will end my turn.
Head is just flattened. It's the desert crawler's turn. You've got 5 passengers, so you can take 2 actions.
Alright, so I'm gonna shoot 2 ballistas at the one that is alive.
All right, you let loose a ballista arrow, and it hits for 14 piercing damage. Sticks into the Yankeg's side.
Shoot another one.
A 12 misses, just a narrow miss. Arrow
I cannot
driven into
move,
the
right?
sand. Yeah, you can't move at the moment. It's got the desert crawler.
Alright. So that's his turn.
Ren.
The ballista was still aimed from.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will crawl up and shoot the ballista.
Alright, you slam the lever down to unleash the bolt, and it's a direct hit, sticking into the side of the Yankeg for 16 piercing damage. The Yankeg is writhing and acid is dripping out of its mouth.
My turn.
Olakam.
Oh, there we go. I'll pop up. And fire.
It's a hit. It sends the Yankeg rolling a little fiery ball off to the side. It's completely roasted, dead.
Very nice.
All right. Well, before we were just talking through what I said.
Guys, if I may bring the voice of a pessimist into this equation, in order to complete this quest, confrontation with the dragon is inevitable.
That's what I'm fearing.
That it doesn't mean we have to kill it. It just means we have to...
I think we go on foot and I mean the card is really powerful too, so it offers us protection and a lot of benefits.
If we
So what
could
do you
get
guys think?
if we could get one good slam attack against it, that would definitely help. But after that, I would suggest we all...
Yeah.
You don't think you'd be able to outrun a blue dragon in this desert crawler?
I'm not talking about outrunning anything. I'm talking about scattering so it can't get all of us at once. And preferably not standing in just a straight line like a bunch of toy soldiers.
So if you guys want, what I can do is I drive the car and you walk on land separate. That way we're spread out and we still have the car with us, the desert crawler. And if in case we can jump in and do something, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be spread out, but we also don't want to leave the desert crawler in, because that's an asset that we can use in combat.
So I guess we need 2 people in the crawler for it to be most effective, right? So I could like flank it. Maybe I don't know if someone else wants to flank it, so that we're not all just in the crawler.
Yeah.
You actually have to have 1 driver and 2 passengers to use any of its actions. If it's
Right,
got
so-
fewer
Okay.
than...
So let's have 3 people and the other 3 as spread out as
Sorry.
far as.
If you've got 1 passenger, you can take 1 action.
And with another passenger, with 3 passengers, we can take 2 actions.
No. If you have fewer than 4 passengers, you can take 1 action. Wait. I've actually got it wrong here. So yeah, if you don't... so on its turn, it can take 2 actions choosing from the options below. You can only take one action if it has fewer than 4 passengers, and it should be and that's basically it. I've actually forgot to delete a sentence from that one. So
Right,
yeah, and
so
it can't take actions if it has fewer than 1 passengers.
Right, so I need one with me and the other people on foot.
Yeah, so it sounds like we want. So on his turn. So 4 people stay on, and then I'll jump off.
No, the other way around. I think one action for now is enough. Because
Okay.
the whole point is to spread out the damage, so he
Sure.
doesn't. It's probably an adult dragon, so if it hits us all at once, we're probably dead. So
Yeah, no, we want to avoid all being hit at once. Okay, so I'm gonna jump off like the sides. I don't have my access to my token.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump off as well.
Okay.
Okay.
just spread out a good amount.
Will do.
Like more than that. I don't know how big the cone is, but
You've seen the dragon's breath weapon. It's a lion.
It's a line.
it's a lie. Alright.
Yeah, the baby one was just a line. Yeah.
You guys separate. So who's in the desert crawler? Just Math Van and Olacan?
And somebody else. I'm assuming Olacan, yeah.
Alright, if you're not in the desert crawler, hide your tokens for now.
I'm going really
I mean, if
slow
you're
and
in it.
I'm trying to make much noise.
Okay, you roll around on the sand, and you guys sort of split up, separate a little bit, and start looking around.
Sorry.
Jin, you suddenly fall. You step into a bit of sand, and there's a hole there, a sinkhole, 20
Oh,
feet
shit.
deep, and you cast Featherfall immediately, and you float down, landing on your feet safely.
What the? Why is? Oh, I have climber's kit on me. I put that on. And...
The climber's kit. You try to dig pythons into the wall of this sinkhole, and it's just sand, and more sand starts to fill in a little bit.
Oh,
You can't actually use a climber's kit to get out.
All right.
I
Well,
toss
I'm
a
there.
rope up.
I'm gonna yell down. If you can throw me some rope, I'll try to
I throw him a rope.
pull you up.
Okay, you can pull him up with some rope.
What are these things that I
Alright.
can see?
Scorpions, little regular sized scorpions. And now the desert crawler, it falls in a hole as well.
Oh shit.
A loose bit of sand, a sinkhole, and it sort of falls down in a prone position. It's not big enough to like fall all the way down the hole or take any damage, but it gets stuck and it's effectively restrained. And
Alright.
I think that's a good time for the dragon to attack, so we're going to roll initiative.
What the heck?
Yeah, it was waiting. Man,
All
you're
right,
smart.
Tarkin. The couple of tasty looking bones right next to you.
I'm not in the initial order.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're in the. Oh yeah. Let me actually get your token and yours too, all I can. You guys are in the desert crawler. What did you get on initiative there? 20. Oh, were you outside
20.
you weren't in the desert crawler, all again?
Yeah, I was out of it.
Okay.
I dragged myself out.
All right. Let me add you then on initiative count 20. So it's just
Sorry, I
Math
didn't
Fan.
realize it would delete me.
So good. And let me roll you in, Math Fan. Okay. So, as you guys are doing this, Jin, you managed to get out of the hole. The desert crawler falls in one. And these bones that you're standing next to, Tarkin. As you start to look around, you can see nothing. Let me fix up your vision. You should be able to actually see.
You can
Nine-
see like the cone around the
90 feet around.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone's got vision for the crawler though, so ignore that fact. Who else doesn't have dark vision? I think everyone else has dark vision, so it's good.
I don't have dark vision, but if it's dark, I will have used the light cantrip.
Okay.
So I'm not just gonna drive blind.
It's not dark. It's just sorry, I don't know why I said dark vision, but it's just the way the side is, because everything beyond 90 feet is heavily obscured. I'll just fix up your vision too, Matt Fan, for this particular map. And you've got sight from the desert crawler.
Okay.
All right, so as you guys are standing around and Jin and Tarkin, you look like to the west, and you see like a massive skull of some creature. It looks gargantuan with a huge rib cage just leading off. This thing must have been the largest creature you could have fathomed. But that's not what you're worried about. It's these bones that is next to Tarkin. They look like perhaps some large claws or something jutting out of the ground. But boy, are you wrong. Because one of the claws starts to crackle with lightning. In fact, it's not a claw at all. It's the blue dragon's horn exposed above the desert floor. And it bursts forward, sand trailing off of its bright blue scales. You take a quick look at its face, Tarkin, and it has this dramatic frilled ear, massive rigid horn atop its head. It has rows of spikes extending from its back to its nostrils, lining its brow, and another cluster on its jutting lower jaw. And its horn is crackling with lightning, and it just screeches in Draconic. How dare you think you may enter my lair? I am the mighty Helix Isorth, and you are nothing but peasants, lesser beings. You will all bow to me, and I will force you into slavery. And
Why is it always slavery with these things?
what's your what's your dexterity, Holocan? Oh, you're gonna
16.
beat it. You're gonna beat it. You go first before the dragon. And oh wait. Forgot to add something. That's why I redid the turn order. Okay. You're up first.
And what are these little Goombas? These little scorpions that are attacking us or something?
They're literally Goombas from Mario. No, they're not attacking. They're just scorpions. I mean, they might attack you if you go near them.
That'd be your luck.
I will read something first. Okay. I will firebolt the dragon.
12 misses, and it reflects off of its scales.
What's the highest roll I've had in that, I think? Oh no, I hit once. And I'll do the bonus help on it, but it might actually be too far. It might be only be 30 feet.
It's 30.
Okay, just give me a second.
This is bad.
Perfect. Okay, I'll move and do that.
Alright, the dragon just burst up through the sand. You can see sand rain down its wings. And it smiles. Ha! And just comes in, opening its jaw to bite you straight away, Tarkin. 17 misses as you deflect the attack.
Past that.
Alright.
Ooh, you get advantage.
You have advantage.
Crit.
All right, using the dragon sword.
Alright, you lunge at it. A 27 hits.
It's a +1 magic weapon too, by the way.
Oh yeah. So I guess that's not. Boy, that was not a very.
Alright, you well, 20 points of damage. I think that's pretty good. You riposte it.
Yeah.
You stab it for 20,
That's the D8, right?
20 points
Plus
of
the
damage. Yep, plus another d8. And riposte. And 26 points of damage. The dragon looks surprised as you stab it. How? As you've stabbed it pretty bad, and the dragon doesn't take kindly to that. It brings its claw up and slashes at you. A 16 misses. It does another claw attack, and this one hits you, Tarkin, for 7 slashing damage. And then it flies straight up into the air,
Ooh.
70
feet up, almost out of view.
Opportunity
use
attack.
riposte.
Oh, that's right, he did.
And
70 feet?
yep, 70 feet up in the air.
Oh my god.
And then some lightning starts to form. Crackles of lightning. And take a look here. Start to see lightning dance around all of the different bones, like little arcs jumping from bone to bone. And it's going to create a lightning arc between 2 points. Let's see who it's going to get in there. I think it's going to do it like this.
Well, I'm dead.
All right, it creates a lightning arc between this bone and these bones, and Mathvan, Auric, and the Desert Crawler. So let me just extend this single template. It screeches between each of you as it does this with a lair action and dexterity saves.
It's not a weapon attack, right? So it's not. Do I get advantage on?
No, it's not a breath weapon.
I took the full amount of it.
It's lair action.
Oh shit.
And then for the Desert Crawler, disadvantage for the Desert Crawler. I can't imagine the Desert Crawler. You try to like rev it and like sort of spin it around in that hole, and it doesn't help. And this lightning arc streaks through the 3 of you for 16 points of lightning damage each.
Ouch.
Jin.
First thing, I'm gonna use a bonus action to start blade singing. And then, man, he's really high up.
Yeah.
What's the range of magic missile?
It's
120.
huge. It's 120.
All right, I'm gonna cast a level 2 magic missile at him.
We bit this guy.
Alrighty.
Freaking.
I'm gonna change it to level 2.
Darts change. The darts sort of fly up, swirling around. All 4 hit him for 16 points of force damage. And bright blue dragon scales flicker off down onto the desert sand like sparkling rain.
Then back here and end my turn.
Is he making any movement to come down, or is he staying up in the air?
On his turn, he flew up 70 feet.
Okay. Well then, aim for 1.
This lightning arc has gone now too, by the way. It's just an instantaneous effect.
Let's see. right now. Fire hit him with a firebolt.
Misses. The dragon moves to the side. The firebolt whizzes past his head as the dragon maneuvers in the air.
Yep.
My fan.
Shit, what should I do? Ah, shit.
The desert crawler is just. The wheels are trying to get out of the hole. It's pretty stark. Not only that, you can feel something vibrating. Like a tremor. A light tremor around you.
Well, I don't know if the suggestion is gonna work, so I'll wait a little bit. I'm gonna command it in Draconic. The
It's a
command.
60-foot range on command.
Oh, is it? Oh, never mind. This was the suggestion is even less. And wow, Jesus Christ. What is the range of magic missiles?
120.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my wand of magic missile and level 1.
Alrighty. You unleash 3 darts. They swirl around each other and dragon tries to dodge them as it darts in and out, weaving in the air. The magic missiles follow it, intercept the dragon, and slam into it. More scales are ripped off. Hit for 12 force damage.
Okay, and shit. Let's see. So if I get out of the vehicle, I have to do it here, right? That's the only one.
You can get out within 5 feet and it costs you half your movement speed.
No, I'm gonna stay here. At least I'm inside the desert crawler right now.
Okay. Talking.
Alright, I'm gonna run up to the crawler and just try to drag it free.
Alright, it takes what's your strength score? 23. Alright, with a 23 Tarkin, you can actually do this single-handedly with an athletics check. You pick up the desert crawler and throw it at the dragon.
I'm inside! I'm flying!
Alright, you are just with an incredible feat of strength, Tarkin, you rip it out. And the desert crawler is out of the hole.
Oh,
Alright,
wait.
and then
Oh, I don't like this
Okay,
positioning. This is too close.
It can be
And
like that. You can be
I'm
one
just
up.
going to back
Alright,
away from
move.
it a little
Get the heck
bit.
out of here.
Alright, and then is there like any little piece of rock or anything that I could just try to fling up at the
You use your action. A
Okay.
rock at the
Well, I'm
dragon.
guessing any kind of attack I could, well, every little bit helps. So if there's no thing, I mean,
I'd say a
I
rock
don't have any-
wouldn't do any damage to a dragon.
all right, yeah. So I don't have any other way to attack it. So I just have to sit here and wait for it. All right, that's my turn then. Somebody use that crawler.
What's the initiative for the crawler?
Oh, did it not? I didn't even roll it in. It'll go Rin can choose. Do you want it to go now, Rin, or after you?
You can go now.
Okay, it goes now then on initiative count 8.
It was incapacitated before. I don't know.
It was
Oh,
restrained.
it's an A. Oh, restrained. Right.
It's free now.
So, can I use an action to fire a ballista?
It can't take that action if it has fewer than 1 passengers, and doesn't have any passengers. So you can aim it. You can't even aim it because you can just move if it doesn't have passengers. It's just movement.
Okay, so
It goes
We'd be
45
inside.
feet in the dunes.
what's the movement distance?
It's 45 feet.
45. 5. I'm gonna get away from this dragon. Hold on. What distance was that?
I'll measure it.
45. Yeah.
45. Alright, Tarkin pulls it out of that hole and you just hit on the accelerator and you just dart over in that direction. Rin, you're up.
Damn it.
Don't get too close.
I'm going to, since there's pretty much nothing I can do to the dragon at this point because it's 70 feet in the air, I will say a prayer to Seheni Mumbo and cast bless on the 3 that I can see that are outside of the crawler.
Okay. I'll just use the Bardic Inspiration icon for Bless for now because I got the blue icon with water skin tracking. So
Right.
green will mean Bless.
And I've moved 20 feet, so I'll move another 10 feet. Go that way. And these rib bones, are they like?
They're curved. They're about 30 feet high.
Okay. Does it look like I'd be able to run up them and like
could-
stand on the spine if I wanted to?
You could run up them with an acrobatics check.
Alright, well, I can't do that at the moment because I'm out of movement and I've used my action. So that's my turn.
At the start of this round, the tremors cease, and bursting out of the sinkholes are 2 ink eggs.
Son of a bitch.
What?
Perfect.
And
No.
more sand starts to fall away, and you see more sinkholes forming. One over here, and one underneath the ribs. But no ink eggs come out of those ones.
Yet.
Yeah, because an adult dragon was not enough.
There's more. Jin. You just see a claw come out of the eye socket of this skull. And crawling out from within the skull is a giant scorpion.
Get off
That's
my
right.
dick!
Yeah,
The dragon likes to keep a couple of these creatures around to aid it,
smart.
reinforce its lair. Olacan, you're up.
Well,
You've got Bless on now too, Olacan.
oh, how exciting. I'll still firebolt the dragon.
And yeah, you do. 17 fire damage. Massive bolt of fire screeches up towards the dragon. It tries to dodge, but you've intercepted it. And it creates a vicious scorch mark all up its side. It causes the dragon to spiral out of control. The dragon then just extends its wings and rights itself in the air. And it looks furious. How dare you injure me! You foolish little creature! Feel the power of my breath weapon! And lightning starts to form in its mouth. And it sort of just starts to circle around before it suddenly drops and dives in.
God, me again?
Let's take out a couple of templates and see how this is going to go. I don't think it'll be that one.
We can. What?
I haven't moved it yet. I'm just lining up its breath weapon.
No, that's a terrible idea there.
Let me
I don't
check.
like that one.
I might just do it with a ruler. It's going to hit as many people as it can. Okay. Alright, it flies down here using 70 feet of movement, flapping its wings. It's quite injured, and it looks angry. You're all going to die for this! And it angles its breath weapon.
Dude.
What?
Just
You
like
get
that.
rich?
It narrowly misses you and the Desert Crawler Math Fan, but it hits Tarkin, Auric, and Olacan. A massive lightning bolt that just explodes from its horn. And it's
You all have bless as well.
5 feet wide and 60 foot long.
What is blessed? Plus what?
It's a D4.
1d4.
And you just see the lightning, this like beam of lightning overhead, Math Van, that just, you even catch a couple little arcs that don't do any damage. And he does just completely like roast this scorpion over here as well. It just, the scorpion is gone, turned to ash.
Poor thing.
Alright, let's, this is gonna hurt. Auric, you succeed, and you take 18 points of lightning damage.
Well, I'm almost dead.
Tarkin, you succeed, and you take 18 points of lightning damage. Olacan, you fail, and you take the full 36 points.
Eesh.
Olacan drops to the ground. And then the dragon uses 10 more feet of movement to fly back, but it's going to be just out of melee reach. It'll be 15 feet in the air. You could jump up and attack it though, if you're tall enough, strong enough. Alright, it much like the infant blue dragon, it sort of misjudges exactly the distance, and it's not fully able to get away from melee range as it swoops back up. Tarkin's quite close to it, so it's going to cause these large bones here to just try and fall down on you, Tarkin. These ones just to the north of you, they just collapse and slide towards you as a lair action. Make a dexterity save, Tarkin. 13 is a failure. The bones collapse on you. And when they do, you take some bludgeoning damage. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Not only that, you're knocked prone and buried under all of it. And while you're buried in this way, you're restrained and you're unable to breathe as sand falls in on top of you, almost as if the dragon can manipulate the sand itself. And you're unable to breathe, and someone can try and use an action to unbury you, including yourself.
Oh, we probably should do that. He's very important in this fight.
Yeah.
Alright. Meanwhile, Rin is contested with this Ankeg that shoots acid out at you, Rin. Make a dexterity save. A beam of acid is shot straight at you. It's 30 feet long. You dive out of the way, and you only take a little bit of a splash from that. It's going to be... Okay, let's roll damage. 7 acid damage. Still burns like crazy. An ink egg just crawls out of this hole, burrowing through the fissure, crawls out onto the ground. Jin.
Yeah. I look around and really, like, oh my god, we're fucked. Can I get a fireball template?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna blow these two guys if you don't
Yeah.
want.
You don't need the template for that. You can just hit both of them. Alright.
Good one.
You launch a firebolt. Fireball, a little bead of fire lands in the middle of them and then erupts in an explosion. Both creatures try to cover themselves and dive out of the way. The Ankeg tries to get down in the hole for cover as the dragon shields itself with its wings. DC 14 or 27 points of fire damage. And Helix is very quick to cover himself, taking half damage, but the Ankeg is roasted. Ankeg taking 27, Helix taking 13.
Alright.
Ooh, damn it. Okay. Seb, could you draw me a 10-foot in diameter circle?
What spell is it?
Ice wall? Ice wall. I'm going to form it into a spherical, 10 by 10 spherical dome.
A wall of ice?
Yes, wall of ice.
In a dome shape. I don't think it's big enough to capture a large creature.
No, but it's big enough to go right in between both and force them to move.
Okay.
Capture anyone.
Alright.
Trying to kill them.
So you want to do it as a dome shape, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just use the
Where it gets like half this guy and half the dragon. And
Yeah.
he'll push them both, one to the left, one to the right.
yeah. Alright, you throw the Staff of Frost forward and it's about that. You're sort of doing it in either one of those
Right.
squares. Do you have any preference? Either that
Yes.
one or that one? Left or right?
Like right in the middle is fine.
Has to be one or the other.
That's fine.
Okay. Alright. This is a little igloo that appears and cuts straight through the Ankeg and the dragon. And when that happens, they make dex saves. Go ahead and cast away.
Yeah. Ah.
Alright. This little igloo surrounded by frigid, cold eminence appears and slams into the dragon, slams into the Ankeg. Let's see what happens. DC 15. 33 points of cold damage. And even Helix is able to sort of react quick enough and he dodges out of the way, but the ice slices through his side and he still takes 16 cold damage. It literally just bisects the Ankeg though. And the dragon is forced, let me just move. He's forced 5 feet away like that. And he's pushed out. And he's pretty badly hurt. Screeching. Draconic.
Move. Somewhere. 15, 20. $30. And in my turn, there's nothing I can really do.
Alright, and let's give you concentration for that one too.
Yeah.
Math fan.
All right, so The range is 60 feet. Yeah. I can get all these people. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word.
Nice.
So everybody within 60 feet of me that is not an enemy heals for 9.
This green wind sort of swirls around, and unfortunately it doesn't heal the desert crawler, but everyone else is healed, and some of your wounds start to close.
That's my bonus action. As my action,
The scorpion also gives you like this little baby scorpion gives you a little thumbs up claw. Thank you! You actually see it's actually having its own little epic battle with a mouse.
this 60 feet. Yeah. So as my action, I am going to cast Toll the Death on the dragon.
Alright, Helix is going to make a wisdom save as you toll the bell. And
Takes no damage.
completely resists. But the dragon is looking worried. He looks around and he's just screeching, cursing you all. How dare you! This is not possible! What foul magic have you obtained to stand a chance against me, you inferior beings? This is not a fair fight! Alright, Tarkin, you've got like a mouthful of sand at the moment. You're buried with these bones.
So how can I pull myself out? Or what do I have to do that?
You can use your action to make a strength check to try and free yourself.
Alright, I will do that. Oh my god.
Alright, you hurl the bones off of yourself, and you're no longer restrained. And you can stand up with half your movement speed. You have 15 feet left.
And then I can't attack, or can I make one attack?
It was your action to lift the bones.
Okay. And then I'm just going to then do a second wind.
Or you can do an actual search, but
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna do that. All right. So, how come I can't? Okay, so in that case, yeah. So 5, 10, 15.
Alright, you can because it's like not in melee reach. As part of your movement, you can do a jump and make one attack, and you can continue jumping and attacking, but you're out of movement, so you only actually be able to make one attack.
All right. Take a swing at it with the dragon sword.
Alright, you just hold the bones off yourself with a burst of energy. You run, you jump up, and you stab the dragon with a 21, sorry, that hits.
let's go.
And you stab it for 18 points of damage. Any maneuver there, Tarkin?
So can I also do the second wind, or is that one or?
Second wind is a bonus action, so yeah.
All right, so I will do that then.
Alright, you pierce into the side of the dragon, stabbing it quite deep with the dragon slayer. And again, the dragon just screeches of some great injustice and how you guys are basically cheating in this fight. There's no way that you can even stand a chance against him, but he's bleeding very badly. And you shrug off whatever injuries you've taken. Well, most of the injuries.
Boom.
Yeah, I got
Tarkin.
some nice stuff from that. Okay, that's my turn.
Alright, the giant scorpion crawling out of the skull, hollowed out skull of this creature. It's gonna try and pick you up, Jin. Not in a good way. Not in a flirtatious way. First claw misses. Second claw hits. It grabs
Yeah,
you.
right. No, it doesn't.
It grabs your shield, and you see the pincer just sort of close in midair around you, and the scorpion it thinks it's got you, and it tries to like drive its stinger into you, and then it just like bounces off your shield, and then it uses the stinger to scratch its head. Not really understanding what just happened. All right, it's Desert Crawler's turn.
What was the movement again for the desert?
It's 45.
45. Okay. So at this point, I was trying to stay away. So 35 here. Oh, shit. Probably not a good idea. Let me go back. I don't want to be in line. $15. 35. 45. I'm gonna ram into this thing.
Alright, you run over the ant keg. Make a constitution save. It sort of sees you coming and tries to duck down. A 13. This thing is large. You're not actually stopped. And roll damage. You sort of
43.
You sort of just roll over its head and you crush it for 21 points of piercing damage. That's it. It's getting crushed by the desert crawler, and you can keep. Well, that's the end of your movement, but yeah, it doesn't block your movement either. All right, Rin.
Let's see. What do I really want to do here? I think I'm going to. I don't want to try to run away from the ink egg just because. Well,
The scorpion opportunity attacks you in a horrible plot twist.
Oh my god. He has like the most lethal poison in the world.
It tries to get you a stinger, it like crawls up your boot, and you just like sort of shake it off. It's the last thing you need at the moment. And it misses with its stinger.
What the hell? Yeah, I'm definitely not moving away from the ink egg because it's definitely gonna attack me and crit me and put me down. So, let's see, what can I do? I have shit for range. I'm going to. This will be at disadvantage, but I'm gonna throw a dart at the dragon. It's just within range.
Okay.
Oh, it's the dart of death. Here it comes.
That's
Wow.
It's
I wish I could smite with.
That'd be awesome.
Alright, you throw the dart, the dragon sticks into its neck for 8 piercing damage, and it sort of yells, "Ah, what is this? Seeking dart! What foul magic have you bestowed upon this dart of death?"
It's my lucky dart. Yeah. That's it.
Olacan.
Well, on the dragon.
Alright, you launch a firebolt at Helix. A 19 is a hit for 10 fire damage, and Helix is very close to death now. Blood is just screeching down him as massive patches of scales missing, exposing his flesh. His wings are tattered and battered.
I'll use the bonus on him since I failed to kill him.
Alright. I think you're a little bit far for that.
Oh yeah, I'm far.
Well, can you move in range, maybe?
Yep.
Alright, you move up and use the help action, and Helix looks around. "I won't forget this! I will hunt you down!" And he's gonna use 160 feet of movement to fly up into the endless dust storm of this desert.
Do I get a chance to attack him before he leaves, or is that?
He's not within 5 feet of you. He doesn't leave your reach. And he's gone. Barely
If I know
escaping
he
with
was
his life.
If I knew he was, man, he took my lucky dart. Come back.
You just see the dart fall down and a lightning bolt hit the dart and destroy it.
160 isn't far away enough.
Oh, he's
Isn't
gonna
far
get
enough.
it one day.
160 feet.
I can still hit him.
You can try and guess what square he's in, but
I
you
can't
can't.
see.
Yeah, you can't see more than 90 feet up. All right, the Ankeg. It has just been run over by the desert crawler, and it just tries to, like, as a natural reaction, bite the desert crawler, and it hits, and it melts some of the desert crawler for 18 points of damage. Grapples it in its mouth.
All right.
The desert crawler's getting pretty badly destroyed.
Yes, he
Alright, you
is.
still got Scorpion and one Ankeg to deal with.
Well, which direction did it fly off in? I'm just I'm just gonna assume it went in a straight line the whole way and shoot a fireball up there as high as I can. Oh no, I can only see 90 feet. Damn it!
You don't need sight for fireball. So you want to do it in this area where the dragon flew up. He did fly to the north.
He flew that way?
Yep.
All right. Hold on, let me. What, like a 45-degree angle kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna shoot it.
I'll give you the
100.
template, and then you can put it where you think he may be.
As high as this. I can't move it.
Should be able to now.
He was here. I'm gonna put it right there and 150 feet up and just let it go and hope I hit something.
All right, you send a fireball up there, and you don't see what happens, but you also don't see any dragon.
Experience.
You also don't see any dragon fall out of the sky either.
Damn. I end my turn.
Oric.
So y'all think he's coming back?
Well, he vowed to take vengeance on us one day, so probably not right now.
And that's just what we need, because we need to gather the bones and get out of here.
I dropped concentration on the
Igloo.
I'll target this one. Firebolt. And probably miss.
It does miss.
Okay.
Math fan.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Toll the Death on this guy.
The Ankeg succeeds.
Wow. What a smart creature. My turn.
Talking.
All right, Chen, I'm too far away to get to you, so I'm going to move enough so that on the next turn I can get to you. But yeah, for now, that's the best I can do. I don't have any. Oh no, I could actually. I can do. I'll go there and just use up my movement.
All right, you take
What
this
does that
dash
say?
action.
Yeah, dash action. And I can't attack, right? That's what I had.
Yeah, you only get one action every turn.
Right.
Dashing is an action.
Okay.
Attacking is an action.
All right. I can be at least another opportunity for it to attack, Jin.
I can't hit me.
Alright, you run up to the scorpion and it tries to grab you in its claw, Tarkin.
Great.
It hits and you run right into its claw as it grapples you. It crushes for 9 bludgeoning damage and lifts you up in the air. And it's going to try and grab Jin with the other claw. And 19 hits.
Good shield.
Alright, again, grabs the sort of shield around you and goes to try and sting Tarkin. Vicious tail whips at you, but narrowly misses.
I'm gonna riposte that then,
Alrighty.
if I can.
Yep. Alright, you slice the tail and you almost slice it clean off. 27 is a hit. For 11 points of damage. Plus an extra d8. And 5. 16 points of damage. Pretty nasty wound on the scorpion. And it's going to take you into the skull, Tarkin. Prepare you. Salt and pepper.
Do I get attack opportunity on it?
Yeah. Bake you on a low heat. Slow cook you. A 16 hits.
No. I already used my reaction. Never mind. I already used my reaction.
Oh yeah, you use shield. I forgot to give you the marker actually for that. Alright, you just sort of psych the scorpion out. You're like,
come at
me. Alright, it's the desert crawler's turn.
Madman get this like look of pure road rage, and he starts to ram the creature in front of him with the desert crawler.
Alright, you just hit the accelerator and there's like spikes on the wheels and it's just like mincing the Ankeg up, and it'll make a dexterity save, which it makes, and roll damage.
That's
10 points of damage. It starts mincing the Ankeg. It doesn't fully like destroy it, but it's getting like destroyed still. Like the spikes are ripping it apart.
Right.
Rin.
I'm very upset about losing my favorite dart. And I'm gonna take it out on the Sankeg. Except only, I'm so upset that I can't even hit shit.
That's when the dart gets shocked with lightning and you just turn your head to see that, Rin, and lose a will to live.
I'll just try to curb stomp the thing.
17 hits.
While it's underneath the wheels.
Alright, you position your heel and you just start like pushing the Ankeg's head into the churning wheel. It's like a meat grinder. And the Ankeg's still just writhing around, somehow still alive.
Brother, if you would, please.
All I can.
Well,
I asked you nicely. Thank you.
And you stab it in the back of the neck, Olacan, and put it out of its misery. It just immediately gets flung down into the sinkhole by the churning wheel, into just shredded into pieces.
has the little guy been attacking us?
Watch out for that one. It tried to sting me.
Scorpion waves its claw at you, Olacan.
I mean, I'll put a bonus on it. If it wants to get fucked on, it'll get fucked on.
Jin.
Alright, I have magic missile the numbs. I bet it's dark in here. Yeah. I bet it's dark in here. Is it
It
dim
is.
in here?
Yeah. The entire center of the skull is hollowed out. And guess what you see in here? Guess what you stand on? You hear the crunch of coins, not marrow.
Wow.
The crunch of coins, glisten of gemstones and items. It's a dragon's
Oh, nice.
hoard.
It's his horde.
And
Oh.
Shadowblade comes out.
Let me tell you how you fucked up, buddy. 20.
That hits. You stab the scorpion for 14 psychic damage. And it starts going crazy in here.
I end my.
So I have to go over here by the eyeball.
Yeah, how much you got?
So
won't
in
be
order
able
to
to,
see what's going on.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to crawl in, Auric.
But Oh,
It's like a 10-foot sort of hike. In fact, I don't even think you could have got as far as you got, Jin. But it doesn't
Can
take. It costs
can
you.
I see him?
Yeah, you can attack him with 3/4 cover. You can like see his tail sticking up.
Okay. Well, I am going to quicken a haste for Tarkin. And then I'm
You
going
can't see
to try
Tarkin
to-
at all.
Oh, I can't see him.
Yeah, the skull itself is like over 20 feet tall, and just to climb up into the eye socket is like about 10 feet.
Okay. Then I'll just try to
8
shoot
feet.
this guy. Let's see if I have anything.
You can just sort of see the scorpion, its tail.
You know what? Who cares about the cover? I'm going to cast the spell, but I'm going to cast it at.
Alright. So what level was it?
So it's 3, 4, 5. 5 darts.
Alright, at 3rd level. Alright, 5 darts. They swirl around. They go up into the eye socket and down, hitting the scorpion from all angles for 20 points of force damage. And the scorpion is left shattered and broken and almost dead.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay. And I end my turn.
Math fan.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Talking to my
What can I
kid.
do here? Yeah, I don't think I can get there on time. So, just gonna take the dodge action for now, just in case that thing comes back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna drive myself over there in the future.
Talking.
Alright, so just going to hack away at this thing. Start with a warhammer.
That hits. As a scorpion lifts you up, it comes in to take a bite out of you, and you just smack it on the head of the warhammer. And it just collapses to the ground, dropping you to the floor. Dead.
Right.
It's over.
The first thing I'm gonna do with the desert crawler is just like drive over this annoying
Alright,
scorpion.
make an athletics check. The scorpion tries to lift the desert crawler up over its head.
Yeah, let's see.
And let's see what happens. Yeah, it's you just squash the scorpion.
And then turn around.
Murder.
I take all the items ever.
Hobo murderer.
Just do a
Got
step
haste.
magic real quick. Where's all the magic items? Give me all the magic items.
Okay, let's take a look at what's in its treasure hoard.
Damn, I wanted to kill that dragon.
Alright, Auric, for inflicting the most damage to the dragon, you can roll me a D100.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Nice.
That's either really good or really bad.
You can also roll me 2d6. And again, another 2d6. And then a 6d6.
66, okay.
Yeah. And then finally a 3d6. Okay. So, you guys move into the hollowed out skull of this creature to find the dragon's hoard, sort of half buried under the sand, and the more you dig, the more you uncover. And you start uncovering copper pieces first in the coins. And there is 800 copper pieces. But
Who owns party loot?
then you get to silver, and you uncover 8,000 silver pieces.
Ooh, there you go.
And then you get to the gold. There is 2,500 gold pieces. And finally, the sweet platinum. There is 90 platinum pieces. All coins from various vintages, most of what you don't recognize. Shiny trinkets in the eyes of the dragon. And on top of that, you can roll me a 1d6, Oric. You can roll me 4d100. There's 4 items nestled around.
Ooh.
There is a potion of healing. It's a regular one.
Ooh.
There is a spell scroll of lightning lure. Oh wait, is that a cantrip? Lightning lure? I think it is.
It is.
We'll call it magic missile, since you guys love that spell. And there's also a spell scroll of thunder wave. And finally, a potion of greater healing. Not that many items in its hoard, but a few magic items that you guys can all identify straight away.
Huh.
Alright, all that fighting leaves you guys parched, and you'll need to drink.
Oh, drink, drink, drink.
But you've got enough to get back to Mad Tracks without having to worry. And that dragon was hurt quite badly. You don't think if it does via revenge on you, it's not going to return until it's fully recovered. That could only be an hour.
Was that an adult dragon? Was that like a younger dragon?
He looked young, you could tell, because his scales are so bright blue color. And it did fight. It didn't fight like the smartest of dragons. It allowed itself to get close, misjudging how far it could fly to get out of melee reach. Any established dragon would never get in melee reach like that. It did. It definitely caused you guys a little bit of trouble, and for that encounter, and also for trekking the desert, you guys get 1,500 experience points each. So, while this is happening, people are counting the coins, and you guys are loading the treasure into the bag of holding. Who wants to search for marrow? After all, it is the reason you truly came here.
Yeah,
I'll look for
look.
some.
I think we all will.
Everyone can
Yeah.
make an investigation check,
Oh,
and you can go around searching bones.
yeah.
Wow.
This check will be roughly an hour of searching. You don't want to
Oh,
stick
we're-
around
we're
after
s-
this.
We're so smart, guys.
All right.
Alright, Olacan, you do well, and you actually find that all of these bones here are hollowed out, and you've got no idea what this creature was, but I mean, just the sheer size of it, some sort of behemoth.
Tarask.
Could be.
That would be.
It might be what anyone sort of infers. Not really
What about
knowing
these-
anything more than just horrible rumors of such a beast. And
what about this tusk?
the investigation check it covers what you find there, Jin. But that includes searching all the bones and everything. And Olacan, while the bones don't have any marrow in them, you actually find one of the claws that the dragon was nestled next to actually contains enough marrow, and you get a horn of marrow. I don't know how that makes sense because it's bone marrow and it's inside a claw, but it's called a horn. Don't question it, just take it. And it contains what you need.
Wow.
You feel like the dragon could be back any minute now.
All right, let's get out of here.
From.
Wait, before we go, do we have 10 minutes to spare?
While you guys were doing this, you were taking a short rest, and you don't think you have 10 minutes to spare at this stage, but you can all take a short rest before you
Okay.
leave. As you're counting up treasure and looking around, it's not...
Jesus Christ, my hit dice.
If you wanted to do the 10-minute spell, you would have had to forego the short rest. But
No, then
you
no.
think while you guys are resting, the dragon is just biding its time, and if it finds you, it's going to be angry. Okay, you guys are feeling
Okay.
a whole lot better.
Peel out.
Peel
and
out,
you
dude.
peel out and take back off to Mad Tracks. And it's, a couple of hours journey, and then you make it back to the oasis just as you're drinking the last of your water skins. And also Olacan, actually you guys also get blue dragon scales as well, which could be used for crafting. There's plenty of blue dragon scales just scattered around.
Interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Just call them blue dragon scales. You don't have to worry about how many there are or whatever.
There's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys head back into the desert crawler to the oasis, and that's where you guys are now. And you see this mural still depicting everything that you desire oh so badly. And when you come here, you don't see any sign of Mad Tracks, though. He doesn't step out from behind the wall. You guys are parched, though.
So, some water.
Alright, you run to the oasis to get the water, and you really feel like you need some. But something happens when you step onto the oasis.
Vanishes.
Indeed, it just vanishes like a mirage in the desert. And
Bastard.
you hear this voice telepathically in your minds, but it's not Mad Tracks.
So this is what you desire the most. Pitiful little creatures. Did you find the oasis inviting? Did you truly find comfort here in the desert? I have sensed what you desired the most, and I have shown it to you. That was all I needed to trap you here. You've fallen right into my little trap. Now you'll become my slaves.
And it's just springing forth out of nowhere, you see this horrible creature just screeching. It looks truly terrifying. It just comes out of nowhere. And that's it for today's session.
Awesome.
Ren
was
is
pretty
just
good.
like, really? What's a slave thing? Again, is that all anybody thinks about?
Everybody here, slavery.
This whole place has to be burnt to the ground.
Wow.
Ren is on board with that.
Wow.
All right, guys, that
How
was
was
super
that?
fun. Really good.
Hey guys, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the session.
Yeah.
Thank you all very
Oh,
much.
that was awesome. We fought a dragon and we survived. Who would have thought that?
And a little one.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Alright, see you
Alright,
guys
see you
then.
guys.
Take care.
Later, guys.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right, bye bye.